To 20 Sides to Every Story. My name is Casey. Tonight we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and we are doing a game with players sourced from the community. We do a couple of these every month, and this time we are playing out of our Planescape with the characters starting in the area of Sigil, and they are heading into the mists, and we will pick up from there. On the screen, you can see my lovely players and the lovely artwork that was generated by one of those players just a short time ago. We'll be allowing the characters to introduce themselves in just a little bit as we get squared away here. So, the characters have found their way into Sigil by some means or another. We'll ask them about that as they get a little underway here. They have been told or found that there is a Kenku named Echo who is offering jobs. They are being offered 100 gold pieces or 150 gold in store credit to go through a portal that they have acquired that leads to a vineyard. The borders of this vineyard are surrounded in mist, and by stepping into that mist, you can travel to many exotic realms. Echo is asking the characters to retrieve a signature item from those realms, something that will act as a lodestone, allowing the navigation of the mist. He indicates having read off, having repeated as if someone had read a speech, that he seeks a mist talisman, something significant and singular to the land in which it is found. He shows some examples of that. Stalks from the vineyard vines that he has acquired. A small replica of a theater house that was acquired from another land, as well as several other trinkets. These trinkets can be used to find your way back, and he is offering to send you with his familiar, a small toad, who has in his mouth or swallowed a bag of holding that has a lodestone, a mist talisman that will lead back to the vineyard so that you can return when you are ready. By willing yourself into the mists and trying to follow the toad, you can return safely. It did take several adventurers disappearing to discover this trick, but the risks are low now, so you are asked to travel to this vineyard, wander into the mists, and then find your way to a new location, acquire some sort of souvenir from there of meaning, come back, and you will each receive your 100 gold or 150 store credit. Echo's shop is a large sort of willow tree that has grown in the area, and hung down from the branches are many curios and odds and ends, bits and baubles. One of which that he indicates was a recent acquisition from a land known as O'Dare, is a small doll, about 6 to 8 inches tall, that is animated, a homunculi or a other creature, and he indicates that, yes, this is going to be selling quite well. Some will sell their souls to demons for such a servant, and this one just needs a little taming. In the meanwhile, that little homunculi is cussing its face off at you all, and quite a number of threats. With that, Echo is ready to send you off into the portal. It's a large stomping tub for grapes that basically he says, just hop right on in there. It'll take you to the vineyard. Once you're there, head into the mists and you're on your way. With that explanation, we're going to ask what has Echo seen and what are your characters like as they make their way towards this stomping barrel, ready to step in and begin the adventure? Do we have a volunteer to say, who maybe is heading towards the barrel first? They're all rushing forward.
No, I think Pearhorn, he's hanging back. Pearhorn is a halfling,
Okay.
artificer.
Mm-hmm.
He is not real competent, and he's not really sure why he keeps responding to these requests for adventurers? Because he doesn't really see himself as an adventurer.
Well, when the coin runs out, everybody gets a little adventurous. And so Pearhorn is kind of hanging back a little bit, maybe occupying themselves, looking at some of the baubles and curios that are hung down from amongst the tree limbs. Who might be a little bit closer to the barrel?
I'll give it a go.
Okay, it's Pico's turn in the barrel.
Pico will make his way over to the barrel. Pico is a grung, a druid of the land, and he is on these adventures in search of his best friend. He found him once, but that crazy bird, he's always getting lost or going off and doing his own thing. And so he's trying to just keep up with his buddy Jarl. And so he's just kind of taking as many jobs as he can to figure out where in the heck did he go? And really, how did he get here? He's a little confused, but he's figuring it out.
Sure. So is Pico hopping into the barrel?
Sure.
Sure. So as Pico hops into the stomping barrel, you see Pico hop in and they just keep going down, basically passing through the floor of that stomping barrel. Pico, you find yourself emerging at a right angle to reality. You stepped in with the barrel heading down. When you come out, the barrel hoop was set up leaning against a tree, so you kind of project out and then find yourself hitting the ground. So you are now somewhere else. Kino, Stanhausen, Avocado, and Perhorn, you've seen Pico disappear. Come on, I got through the names okay. Who's next?
Stanhausen is a wiry fellow who's dressed up in white and black clown paint.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to step forward. And, wow, I've done worse for money. This seems above board. Plus, the toad familiar. We need to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
So I step in.
You got it. Stanhausen, as you step in, you kind of step in and find yourself also pitching forward a little bit. Maybe a little bit easier on you since you took the step, but you kind of find yourself rotating through and onto the ground there. Kino, Avocado, Pearhorn, 2 people have disappeared. What's up next? Skonat, thanks for the cheer out there. And Lyra Lou cheered a little bit before the stream started, so thanks to you as well. Avocado.
Are you sure this is safe? I think Avocado would slowly march up, dragging her feet, go and take a look, see if anybody's in there.
Okay, you lean forward and take a look. It looks like it's just a normal grape stomp and barrel. You can see the stains, where the grape juice would have been up to the side there, the drier wood above. No sign of anybody in there, but if you've been in Sigil for a bit, you know that any circular opening could be a portal, and this seems to be one.
Oh, grapes! I love grapes! I love all plants, but grapes are one of my favorites. They're just like candy. I liked them since I was a little girl. Children love candy. And she'll reach and try to grab one, but she's only less than 3 feet tall, so it's hard for her to probably get up there and teeter over the edge of the barrel and fall in.
So you start reaching down and trying to get to the grapes at the bottom, but it's actually the top opening of the bin that's the problem. So as you sort of pass through there, you find yourself kind of going in hand first into this portal. You'll be emerging on the far side, kind of planting your hand on the ground and able to pull yourself through. So that leaves us with Kino and Perhorn, who have not made. Kino, who has not made their way through, and Perhorn, who's hanging back.
Kino is a slender, very handsome-looking thigh crane paladin. It seems wherever he goes, he has multiple just sashes and scarves that just blow in the wind as he walks around and follows him. And he looks to the quest giver and says, "Do not worry. We will take care of everything. I do not want you to cry while I leave, for I will be back and I will take care of your every need. Goodbye. And blows a kiss, and then like jumps like like a diver and just falls back into the.
Sure. As you fall back, you find yourself going down and then going sideways, so you probably end up kind of skittering on your butt a little bit as you come through the far side. And then that leaves
Oh,
Perhorn.
Um, uh, little bird man, where's your toad? We're supposed to take him with us, right? Or did he
And
go through already?
he sort of takes the toad and whoops, and the toad's up and then through, and the rest of you see a toad come hurtling out the far side. It's made this trip a few times, so it's righting itself as it tumbles and plunks down on the ground near you.
Oh wait, the second toad. I thought you were the toad.
I'm a frog, not a toad. But I think the toad went, and if we saw which way the toad was going, he would gesture in the direction that the toad went.
Yeah, the toad just
Wait.
kind of rights itself, and then it's just sitting there looking up at you, like
Oh,
blink, blink.
oh, there he is.
There was one more. A beautiful creature, a little halfling that was with us. Where I was really hoping to get to know them. Yes.
If the toad goes through, then I will also hop through.
Sure.
Not real sure about this party. Seems like a bunch of monstrosities and a toad.
I'm just wearing paint.
Hey, who are you calling a toad?
Almost
Oh,
as
you are
summoned,
beautiful as well.
Perhorn comes through. So you find yourself on the edge of a forest. Basically, there's a rusty hoop set up against a tree. The tree's kind of grown to the point where part of the hoop has been overtaken by the bark, sort of keeping it up there permanently. It looks as though it was probably one of the hoops from the stomping barrel that was in the shop. There's a vineyard. Long trellises with vines growing all over them, tiered going up to a hill. At the top of the hill, you can see what was probably the farmhouse or the vineyard house itself up in the distance there. But the forest line behind you, you can see back just a little ways into it, 4 or 5 trees in, a thick mist surrounds the area.
Ooh. That is a thick mist.
Does it frighten you?
Oh no, I mean,
Good.
oh,
I am here. If you are frightened, you can get close to me, and I will tell you things to make you feel strong and healthy.
Pearhorn will
Be careful around that
immediately.
one, dearie. He's a fast mover. I can tell.
I would love to see you move fast.
Oh, so would I. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Let's just average out the speeds and go normal pace. How about that?
And thanks very much for the gifted subs there. I really appreciate it. And as you're averaging out the space, the toad sort of, measures up each of the party members, looking for kind of who to follow or who it can hitch a ride with. I think I saw Avocado is carrying a basket of some sort. Would that look like the most appropriate perch? Pico, I see, has maybe a shovel. Kino seems very pointy on all the spots. Stanhausen, sack of money doesn't look like something you could easily ride in. Perhorn,
I'd be surprised.
yeah, sack of money, comfy. Okay, so the toad's kind of checking out between Stanhausen, Avocado, like hey, can I get a lift? No voice,
If,
but it's very obvious, like kind of like a cat pawing at your leg, except it's a toad, sort of like, hey.
oh, that's a little
if
sticky
he
foot.
gets if he gets anywhere near the basket, something might snap at him because Avocado's got her little pet plant in there, a little piranha plant. Oh, be careful, dearie.
So the toad's like, hey, I'm going over this way. That bag of money does look comfy.
You can swim in it. It's a lot of fun, I imagine.
And it's kind of like clambers up and then in there, greenback among the greenbacks. And so the mist awaits.
All right. Uh,
Do any of you whippersnappers know where we're going?
Hmm.
I couldn't hear a word that bird was squawking.
we are. We're looking. Oh my god, why am I blanking out so bad?
You're looking for a mist
We're looking
talisman?
for
Yes, thank
lodestone.
you. I was trying to remember the word for lodestone. What they said?
Mr. Kino,
Yes, you can
look,
call me Kino,
He did.
or Kino Casanova, yes, you
Mi-
too.
Mr. Kino is not good.
Mm, no, that's too
Oh,
formal. Too
sorry,
formal. We need to get
Miss
closer.
Kino, Miss
No,
Kino.
no, Mister. No, but
After
you
you.
know, but whatever. Whatever makes you comfy. I want you to be comfortable around me.
Um, you said that I could stay close to you, and that's what I will do.
Oh yeah, please.
Um,
I will protect you with my life.
let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Oh, it
Did
it
he
won't.
say this was going to be dangerous?
I think he
Mm.
said it was not too dangerous.
Oh,
Medium
good,
danger.
good. Medium sounds a little more than what I'm willing to risk, but if
Wait, are you
Kino will,
afraid?
of course, there are
Wait,
monsters here. Look at you. You're a monster.
oh,
No,
me?
he's a big bug. Is not monster.
Yeah.
Uh, I am many things, but a monster, no. I have been known to transform into many different things. Your fantasies. Whatever you want me to be, I can be. But I am no bug.
Oh, not a bug.
A beautiful creature, yes.
And well,
Yeah.
beautiful bugs.
I have
Well,
pretended to be a cat on multiple occasions. But a
I
bug, no.
if I told you that I stepped on a couple of ants when I was younger,
Does not bother me, no.
oh, good.
Hmm.
I was so worried about that.
Hmm. I am a paladin of love, you see.
Don't tell the other two that I have eaten frogs.
Huh?
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 Nothing.
Oh, okay. And he's like checking out the mist and kind of looking around.
So it's
Let's go
about
into the mist. It's a little bit more comfortable in there, I think.
Yes, yes, you walk in front of me, yes.
I will protect you
Move. Whatever you want.
with empty promises. Let's go.
So as you head into the mists, vision sort of gives way. You still got hearing, and you can smell. You smell the scent of the forest around you, some pine, the grapes smell from the vineyard. And as you travel, it's the trees sort of fade away, and eventually there's nothing to either side of you. You're just walking in an empty, sort of misty area. The ground is even a little bit squishy and undefined. You wander in there for an hour or so before you start to pick up sounds and smells of a different type. You can hear, if any of you would be familiar with it, the sound of surf, the ocean waves crashing in the distance. If you've been in Sigil for quite some time, or forever, you may not have any idea what that is. But you can also smell a salt in the air, so you must be somewhere near a seaside. You hear the cry of a gull occasionally, and the ground below your feet resolves into a fairly hard packed dirt road, something that's traveled fairly frequently. You can see the wagon wheels cutting on the edges to either side, the horse hooves having churned up the middle, and the trail where most people walk to avoid the leavings of horses. Um, as you are traveling this way, the mist kind of gives away, and you can see that there's a sun setting, most likely, off to the west, or it could be rising in the east. A little bit of time passing will resolve that one. That's over the water. There's some hills between you and it. Maybe a quarter day, a half day away to get down to the ocean side. The land that you're on is dipping down, and you can see that there's a river that would lead to the ocean. Maybe another hour's walk ahead, and the lights of a couple of towns, reflections from some of the rooftops, and the sounds of people moving about. It's late afternoon, early evening, so they're starting to wrap things up, but there's still maybe another 2 hours before darkness. Away to the east, off to your left-hand side, there's a fairly misty moor or high ground. It's a little bit of a rise, but you can see that the plant life there is a little bit swampy looking. There's bracken brambles that have grown up in there. There's no real signs of commerce or trade on any routes that see heading off in that direction. Probably just a few hunters' trails that way. Head to the south, down towards the river would be the most likely place to find people.
Oh, how
Any
dreadful. That garden needs tending.
That garden could use some serious tending. Any skills being deployed that I should know about to get the lay of the land that you find yourselves in?
Avocado would try to recognize any plants, anything that has any kind of use.
Sure, we can lead off with a nature check there.
I could assist with that, or I could do survival.
Sure.
Oh yeah, survival's a lot better for me.
Well, so nature would be plant identification. Survival would be tracking or finding maybe food, wildlife, game, that sort of stuff. Which way were we heading for the questions?
The plants.
The plants. All right. So nature for avocado.
10.
I'll go with nature, or not nature. Survival.
Survival for Pico. You got it.
All right. I'm proficient, but I'm just not too smart.
Well, I think maybe Pico can answer why you're having some trouble. There have been animals grazing in this area not long ago. It could be sheep or goats. Definitely a few sheep herds have passed by this way, and likely they've snapped up all the plants that avocado would be looking for most, the delicious ones. Kino, Stanhausen, Perhorn.
You said that are we a ways out of the village, or we're getting?
You're about an hour to 2 hour walk. So 2 hours strolling at Avocado's pace, an hour, if you can get Avocado to hustle a bit.
That's good. I guess I'll throw out a divine sense. I think I might just stare at Danhausen and say, I might give a little sniff.
A sneeze? What?
A sniff? No.
Oh, a
You
sniff.
see, yes, I am. Well, I am. Well, proficient in the art of smelling.
Yeah, that's a nose.
It's
And
I'll
what
do
is-
the fine sense.
Yeah, give it a sniff.
What is the range on
It's-
this sniff?
60 feet.
60 feet. So
I've heard a lot of pickup lines in my day, but that's a new one.
So as you get a sniff, you do smell the salt in the air. You smell a little bit of road dust that's kicking up. You don't detect anything immediately foul to offend your paladin senses, but there certainly is some dankness and rot off in that moor area. There is, there's some bogs, some mires, some, decaying matter off in that direction.
Oh, it's
Is it-
very stinky over there. Oh,
Not good news then.
no, not the good stink. It's the bad stink.
Ah.
And you can
Ooh.
see
Yeah,
that. Good.
Oh, you should always follow your nose, but maybe not this time, huh?
No.
And Pico can reinforce that most of the sheep are grazed on the seaside of the path that you're set. They keep them away from the swamps to the east. And as you're going along, you're able to spot a couple of, nasty-looking puddles where, the water is kind of sitting still. It's not cascading down like it should, kind of filling up little bog puddles.
Maybe we stay closer to the less stinky side. No, I do not want to get smelly.
Is it maybe the smell is in the nostril of the inhaler? Because I think the frog toad person there might think it smells pretty good. Maybe we should follow it then. What? I don't know.
What are your name, Mister Pico?
Yes, I'm Pico.
Hi, Pico.
Hello.
I love your legs. Either way,
Oh, thank you.
I do not mean to offend you, but the stink that I smell
Mhm.
is decay.
It smells
It offends me.
it smells stagnant. I do prefer fresher water myself.
Good. See, yes, you do seem like you would.
I am a purveyor of water. I
Wow.
I like good high quality H2O.
Molecular science has apparently reached D&D. Well to go. So
I heard it from an odd scientist in Sigil once.
yeah.
I don't entirely know what it means, but he called the water that.
So as you're following the track of the road, you can see that basically the road follows a crest in the land, and off to one side, sort of the water is kept stagnant in that bog, and you can see where sort of a ridge bends around before it reaches the river, where the river is cut through the lands, creating a bit of a drop off, with the moors sort of having the waterlogged area trapped up there. A little further down, you'd be able to reach the town. You're kind of continuing your travels along. As you get a little bit closer to the town, you see off on the western side towards the ocean a couple of little farmhouses dotted about. They're a bit off the road. You can see pens where sheep are kept, a few goats, some cows, that sort of thing. And down a little bit further, you can see the masts of ship backlit from the sun. They look to be small fishing craft, no large galleons or anything like that. Just little single masters, heading out there or coming back from fish. And thanks very much for all the set there. I heard some ding ding noises going off. And thanks for the follow, Shady Bonsai.
Cruising shady.
Yeah.
Okay. Shady's still doing okay.
All right.
It's his wellness check.
As the party makes their way down towards the town, you can see a couple of things. You would guess the size of the town could house, roughly 2,000 some folks with the way they're laid out in here. If this was Sigil, they'd be packed in much tighter, but they've got a little bit of land to spread out. You can see the blacksmith over there. You can see a couple of taverns out there. But the one that probably catches your eye closest to the edge of town, well lit with a big sign, indicates an inn called the Beached Mermaid. Anywhere that you all would like to go, aside from where the plot is pointing, to the Beached Mermaid?
Did I give one more sniff?
Sure.
You see, I like to sniff. I really do. And wherever I go, I sniff.
It's much fresher here. The water that's coming by, there's a little bit of a bridge, is bringing fresh water in. You've got kind of brackish water off to the side there. You can see there's a little inlet or cove where the fishing boats must pull in. It's a little further away, so you don't get quite that dock smell. You're still upriver enough that you don't get the the bad effect of the docks, but fairly nice. A little bit of wood smoke. You get a little bit of iron smell. There's a lot of people down there, so you get the people smell. But you've been in Sigil, so you're used to that.
I love the people smell.
There you go.
Perhaps Planty can add something to this mixture of aromas. And she'll kind of waft her hand over the plant, and a little flower smell rise up.
What is the name of your plant?
I call him Plenty. I'm
Oh.
not too creative with names.
No, I think that is a beautiful, wonderful, creative name. I love to watch your beak as you say plenty. It excites me.
You're scaring me a little bit.
I think he's hitting on you.
No, this is just the way I speak. I do not. I respect them, everyone.
Sounds good.
I'm much too old for you, Sonny. You should keep your eye on that frog over there.
Keep an eye
He's
on
just
that.
kind of like,
The
wait,
big one or the little one?
frog, toad. I'm a little less warty.
And as the
Are
party
you still
makes
with
their way-
us, my halfling friend? Are you okay?
I am, but it's getting late. I think maybe we should find a place to stay for the night.
Oh, we've got the beached mermaid, right?
That'd be
Uh-huh.
excellent.
There is a beach
I'm not
mermaid
sure
right there.
that's true, but it seems like it's our only choice.
There are other choices. You just have to voice where you'd like to go other than following the plot. Where would you like to go?
What about way over here, away from the?
Way over there? Yeah, you could go over there. There's stuff over there. What would you like to go towards?
I've forgotten where we're going.
We're looking for a thing, a souvenir, a lodestone.
Mist lodestone, and to get the name of the domain, and a description, and a few other things.
Well, I would think that the people in the inn would be able to tell us where they're from. Maybe?
All right, Grandma, take my arm. I'll help you in.
Oh, great, thank you.
Yes.
You are such a gentleman.
Sure. So you head over to the beached mermaid. You open the door. Stanhausen and Avocado are entering first,
Yep.
arm in arm. Seated in the inn, mostly with tankards and the remnants of dinner in front of them, are about a dozen seafaring souls. They've got the smell, the look of people who spend most of their time dealing with boats and fishing and that sort of stuff. Standing behind the bar is a fellow wearing a very large bicorn hat. Everybody sort of looks up as the door opens. They eye you for a few seconds and then very, very, very carefully just turn their attention right back to their drinks. As they're doing that, the individual behind the bar sort of raises their hand and gestures to you and says, if you're of good intent and not meaning to cause any harm, come on in.
Do people often come in with the intent to harm?
Well, until you spoke a moment ago, I wasn't entirely sure you were people.
Oh, I am people.
That's good. What happened to you? You
I was
come
born
Man,
like this.
you could use some lessons in customer service.
well, if you've coin, I'm glad to have your custom. But, oh,
I was born straight from the egg like this.
an egg, you say?
Oh yeah.
Well, it'll be a story to tell my grandkids. Why don't you all come back here into this dim area of the bar and have yourselves a seat? I sort of invite you back a little bit out of the light. You know,
I would
everybody's just
love
sort
the
of like,
dim area, yes.
I beg your pardon.
But
Yes,
But
the
plant-
dim area. Yes.
Plenty likes light.
Nana, enough.
And your
That's your
name?
gnaw.
Did I get your name? I'm sorry.
Oh, they call me the captain.
Oh,
Kid, is my name, but captain is fine.
Captain Kid. I was once a captain. I am Kino. Kino Casanova.
Uh,
You are very fascinating. I would love for you to join us for a pint or beverage of your choice.
well, if you're paying, I don't mind drinking my own poison. But have yourselves a bit of a seat here. Can I get you anything for that? We'll be finishing up dinner soon. You've come a bit late, but we can still have a bit left. We've got some soup, delicious mutton, some fish, of course.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Sure, we can do you up a pancake. Um, you seem like the sort that, pancakes a bit.
The soup sounds delightful.
Excellent, excellent.
Can I have some flies and maybe a cup of nice fertilizer?
I. You are people. You're sure of that?
My assumption is it's for the plant, but I've just met her, so I'm not entirely sure.
Man, I'm just gonna say I really missed the community campaign.
Uh huh.
Well, have. I'll see what I can do for you. Hi. So he gets you all set up. You get some soup. He sends the stable boy out, and the stable boy comes back with like a little lump of horse droppings and just sort of like offers it to you. Like, really? Avocado, there's like a kid, maybe 14 years old. He's just got like some hay laid down and then a little chonker on top of that. And he's just like, eh?
Yes. Go ahead, Planty. Have a little.
You Planty, you jump out.
Wait, wait. It jumps out?
What?
So,
You start snapping it up. Nom, 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 nom,
so,
nom.
so this kid that was like offering it to you to take, like already nervous about you, the plant jumps out. He's just like, ha! Throws it,
Oh,
runs.
now
Captain's
Planty,
like, what?
watch the fingers.
What is that?
Even Pico's like leaning away a bit, like, huh?
Like,
leans in
there's a bunch of
closer.
like chair scrapes as everybody moves like a foot to the side. Explain yourself. Explain that.
He's hungry.
That doesn't make it better. Worse, if anything. Is it
Where
safe?
did you find? Oh,
You're all
Nana,
eating and
Nana,
all
where did you
eating and
find this
drinking.
plenty? Where did you find this plenty?
Why, I've had him for over 100 years, and this is all as big as he's gotten. I keep feeding him. I brought him with me from my home, and I'm a year. Mm.
So these are mostly sailors, so it's not torches and pitchforks, it's belaying pens and tridents. But they're reaching for him.
Do I see that? Do I? What I?
Yeah, they're all like, what? Because
Could I
I'm assuming
stand
this is
and
like a
say-
plant with teeth, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead, Kino.
stand maybe and just say, oh, my friends, I see that the plant you do not, it is a bit odd and such, but all life is sacred, especially this beautiful plant with its beautiful mouth and beautiful eyes and teeth.
Yeah, I was with you in the first half there, Sonny, but then I saw you. I think you're getting a little wrong idea here. Plenty is
Either way, what I'm saying is that please put down your weapons. Let us all have a drink.
Yeah, can we maybe see a
Please.
persuasion as to how well this is going across coming from the Thrycreen?
I never thought
Please
I'd
put
see
down
a
your
bug
weapons.
defended.
Could the wind at least be still blowing with the?
Sure, you flutter. I think Thrycreen have like little vestigial wings. You could do a little flutter.
Yeah, my. I hope that my. Yeah, okay. So we're doing a persuasion.
I think persuasion. 24 is
Usually
a
I have
pretty
to
good
defend my
persuasion.
plants from the bugs, but today the bugs are defending my plant.
My little what are these called? The
Mandibles.
mandibles. They look more like they're out, so they look like kind of like a mustache. And he's just kind of playing with it. Please, calm down, please.
And so I think they all, they don't exactly calm down, but they, kind of set their tridents and their belaying pins aside, and, most of them like, good luck, Captain. And about half of them head out the door, and the captain's like, I,
Did you just have a mutiny?
uh, no, Captain was from a long time ago when I was still on the sea. Ever since I took over the Beach Mermaid, it's just an affectation. The lads are nice enough to refer to me as that. Um, will you be staying the night?
Can we still, or
Yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Uh,
That'd be great.
you've got coin
yes, and a toad.
and a toad. I'll take the
Mhm.
coin. And he ranges for the the night. The toad you can keep, and I think the lads would consider it a civic service if I were to keep you somewhere that I knew where you were. So, and he indicates rooms that you can have. Now we'll be locking down for the night, so if there's anything you need, fetch it now. You've got about and he gives you about half an hour at time, half a bell. Um,
Wait,
uh,
what do you mean locking down?
Yeah, that concerns me too.
You will be keeping us under lock and key.
Do you have a tub for a bath?
uh,
We're all concerned about different things. It sounds like.
he says, well, it might seem a bit odd, but the dogs have been up and causing trouble again. Few sheep have gone down, and hunters haven't had much luck, so best to bar the doors and make sure there's no trouble there. One of the fellas who stayed behind, older fella, the type that gets referred to as the gaffer, would sort of pipe up at that point. It's all them Westcott's trouble. Westcotts are the cause of it. We're not going to be rid of them till the Westcotts are either reinstated or out the door. Uh, if you feel like listening to a ghost tale, feel free to buy him a drink too.
Oh yes, please.
But here in Mordenshire, night's full of strange things. There's the house on Griffin Hill. Well, that's only one of the places around here to be haunted. Still, as they say, if you don't bother evil, it won't bother you. It's been a bit sketchy though recently. Um, you might be able to hear it if you listen close. Can you hear the howling? And
Oh.
if you kind of listen, there's the sounds of the town around you, the fire crackling, that sort of stuff. There's the sound of the surf off in the distance, but there's also, there is a little bit of a howl or a hum going on. It's the kind of things that, if it were nearby, it could maybe be wind blowing over reeds, something like that you could explode away. But this is too far and too echoey. Sounds like a dog baying in the distance. Aye, the hounds prowl the countryside at night in Mordenshire. Haven't worked up the gumption to come down into town, but they've been harrying the outlying farms, and there's some folks that have gone missing if they wander abroad at night. It's best to be locked up, make sure nobody, has a bit of a tipple and stumbles out into the fangs of the beasties.
Captain, I'm gonna need 2 of your largest ales and a bottle of whiskey.
Gaduk, gaduk, gaduk. And we'll say you've probably spent a gold on such things.
Okay. And Parahorn's gonna start getting drunk.
Why? What is wrong? Are you worried?
Are you? You're not.
Ah. Look at me. Do I look like I am worried? If you are worried, you
Hard
are.
to tell.
Yeah. Oh. Either
I don't
way, if
know.
you're
Do you look
worried, you
worried?
can bunk with me tonight. There is no problem.
He probably doesn't look worried.
Okay.
If anything, maybe inviting with a come hither sort of look.
Who?
Uh,
Kino?
Okay,
we're just sleeping, right?
Yes, we need our rest. We need to get extremely strong for the coming day.
Hey, do you think Mordenshire, is that the name of the realm? Is that a thing we needed?
Yes.
Okay, check mark.
Oh,
You
write
you
that down.
remember that, right?
Write that down. Write that down.
Ah,
I'm writing
Where are we?
Wardenshire.
Where
Ah.
am I?
Oh gosh. Who assembled this team?
Ready?
Well, you're in Mordenshire. The town. We're in the Westcott lands. Um, what more were you needing to know? This is the um. You said she was your Nan. Nan, this is the beached mermaid. You come in here just a few minutes ago for dinner and a nice place to sleep. Um, and you should put your plant away now.
Yes, it's his bedtime. She's just pushing back in the little basket.
This is good timing. It's nocturnal. Or it's not nocturnal. Hey, tell us more about these Westcotts. So, like, who are these guys?
So you head over and supply the gaffer with some ale, and he says, it was on to about 100 years ago. Burton Westcott and Anne Campbell. Campbell's from de Montelieu. Westcott's a good local family. They were engaged to be married. Arranged wedding, valuable to both families. There was no love lost between the Westcotts and Morden, the Campbells, though. The groom, at least, was willing to go through with the marriage. Anne's family, the Campbells, brought her to the manor so she could get acquainted, before the union. Though Anne remained vehemently opposed to the wedding. The rest of the Campbells stayed here in an inn in Mordenshire. Sometime during the night, though, Anne fled the manor into the bog, but not afore killing Michael, one of the Westcott brothers, who was apparently trying to prevent her from leaving. Burton, the fiancé, Westcott one, set the dogs after her. Later, he said he had trained them to subdue the prey and ordered them to do so when loosed. He and the dogs raced through the night after the fleeing Anne. Dogs outdistanced Westcott and gained ground on the girl. She fled into the mists that always seemed to rise near the bogs, the dogs close at her heels. He sort of leans in to make sure you're all in on it. Westcott right after her, a few minutes behind. Whatever happened out there, no one really knows. Westcott returned, covered in mud and slime, his face scratched by brambles, and his clothes torn from where he'd stumbled in the chase. They said he was crazy with fear or loss. When questioned, he would say nothing of what happened in the moors except that Anne had died in the bogs, and he had no hand in her death. Naturally, neither family believed him. Michael and Burton Westcott were known to be closest of brothers, and everyone thought Burton had killed Anne in revenge. Campbells thought it likely that Burton had chased Anne into the moors with the express purpose of killing her, but none could prove it. They moved back to de Montelieu, cursed the name of the Westcotts, and the Westcotts praised Burton for pursuing the murderer to her death. Two families that hadn't gotten along in the beginning became bitter enemies. Then, for some reason or another, Westcotts began disappearing, singly or in small groups. Eventually only a few ragged servants and the last of the Westcotts remained behind at the manor. One rumor holds that the Westcotts fled to re-establish the family someplace else, a place they could start afresh. Another rumor says the Westcotts were killed by a great black moorhound, a dog said to be the embodiment of the Campbells' curse on the Westcott. Regardless, people of Mordenshire and the neighboring villages know better than to go out on the moors when the moon is high and the mist rises. Howls sound as soon as the sun sets. You can hear 'em now. Only a fool would challenge the beast, or beasts that make such cries. A few have gone out seeking the lair of the creatures and found nothing, as though the monsters vanished during the daytime. Those foolish enough to have sought the beast in the night have been found in the morning at the edge of the moors with their entrails spilled about them. Needless to say, pretty much leave the place alone these days.
Yeah, where is it?
Where's the Westcott house?
Where's the beast?
Oh,
the lair.
Well, the old Westcott house, about 2 miles out of town. You would go north on the road and then follow the old track east into there. But it's not a place to be pursued. I mean, if you're interested in it. And as
Time is money.
he's sort of like, well,
Hmm.
Captain sort of looks over at you. Well, if you're the adventuring type,
Yes.
there's no bounty on the hounds right now, but I could pass the hat around and see what we could dredge up to engage your services as adventurers.
Oh, yes, we are reluctant to do this, but if there's money involved, we might consider it.
We should do it.
Uh,
It's a good
Doggies.
thing to do.
Keto, are you insane? This sounds like a terrible idea.
It sounds a beautiful idea to help everyone. And Mr. Clownface wants to do it, and I have taken a liking to Mr. Clownface.
Yes. Likewise.
Don't you like everyone?
Really? No.
Well,
No.
you kind of got some toxic positivity going on, but I won't hold that against you. It's kind of nice compared to my last crew, and people are always yelling at me.
I do not know what you're talking about, but I could be toxic if you want me to be. Yeah, sure. Whatever you want me to be, that's what I will be for you.
Well, you got your amazing nose. Let's go smell out some dogs, because I bet they got a collar, and that's probably good enough for the crow back home.
Not a idea what you're talking about right now, but give us a minute. And he sort of calls the others over. He's like, look, and he comes back and says, all right, we don't have it here, but collectively we figure we can come up with about 100 gold if you can come back and prove that you've dealt with the beasts.
All right.
I feel guilty taking this money. I feel like you're too beautiful to take money from, is what I'm saying.
I'm not entirely sure what to say with that, but I don't want to send folks out with no reward. That feels bad for me. I know what kind of risk we're asking you to undertake, and I want you to understand it too. This is worth every coin of that 100 gold. Treat this seriously. These are mean beasties.
It's hazard pay. It's an
Nan.
ethical thing to do. You're a good man.
Beautiful Nan.
Now,
You are so wise. What do you say?
sorry, which one are you directing that to? So
The
many
old
beautiful men
lady.
here.
Nana.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry.
oh,
Wait,
none. Oh, I thought you said beautiful man.
Oh, Nan. Okay, got it.
Did we eat already?
And thanks for the follow there, SG3D2. And as Avocado indicates a lack of memory on food, the captain's sort of like, will you be leaving your non here while you head out?
Don't worry, we won't do that to you.
Okay. And it looks like there's a few things that have been redeemed. Oh, no, sorry. There's a DM reroll that's been redeemed. We've got one on the DM side. If you would like to help the adventurers or help the DM, you can do so by purchasing rerolls with the little wizard hat experience points that you get towards the bottom of the chat there. So the captain says, now, you heard the gaffer's warning about going out after these beasties at night. It's likely the time that you're best to find them, but at the same time, the best time to find you. Um, are you heading out now? I do plan on locking the door. We'll set up a code, a duck 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 if you need to get back in. Um, but it'll take a little bit, And he gestures to where like there's a big kind of bar lock for the door.
Are we going tonight or tomorrow when we are big and strong?
I thought you would say words to make us feel big and strong. So we could go right now. You got a good speech prepared?
Oh, would you like a speech? I can give a speech. He
Okay.
claps and then he goes and clicks his mandibles.
like little castanets.
And he goes and says, well, you are all beautiful in my eyes, especially you, Captain Kidd, and you, old gaffer guy. Either way, we are going to go on a quest. What I need to know from all of you is who needs a little more help along the way. A pick-me-up, a sort.
I need my sweater.
One, you?
What?
Okay.
What kind of pick me up?
I will
We talking drugs?
invigorate you.
Oh, absolutely.
You? Anyone else wants to be invigorated by Kino?
Pico starts to put his hand up, and then he's like kind of like it starts to go down, but it's like kind of like he can't figure out which way he was. But it's like
I usually have Tums before bedtime.
Okay. I cast aid.
Okay. We got around that to that
Yeah.
effect eventually. The aid spell is cast. Please, everybody, increase your hit point totals as
5.
appropriate.
5.
Welcome
Hit
to 20
point.
sites where it takes us 10 minutes to get some spell.
No, it's about
Okay.
the aid.
It's about the aid. So,
Hey, that was a 50% increase to Granny's hit points.
Oh no.
The
What is
visual
Granny, by the
aid.
way? What is your class, by the way?
Did you go with Druid?
Druid. Yeah, Druid.
Okay.
Yeah.
nice.
First time playing one.
So
Well,
it is
welcome.
dimly lit out there, and the captain sort of sees you to the door. You can see that some of the folks are basically drinking to the point where they're going to be falling asleep in their chairs on the tables there. All right, best of luck to you. They're most active to the north, and he kind of gestures up in the same, gives the same basic directions as the gaffer did towards where the Westcott Manor would be, north and then east into the swamp. There's several tracks into the moors up there. A couple of hunters' tracks going in. You may wish to avoid those. A little bit further up, you'll see not much of a path, but you could probably get a wheel barrow down it. That's what the servants use that go back and forth from the Westcott Manor. That's going to be your best bet to navigate the bogs, especially at night. Now, you're familiar with such things.
Navigating bogs?
Aye, you've got the look of someone that might be, but I just wanted to check.
I'm familiar with many forests. I could generally find my way around a swamp or a bog, but do you have any tips or tricks that might be easy to miss for this particular area, like something, besides the hounds?
Well, they're peat bogs. Same. I mean, you probably heard it. If you step in and you start sinking in the mud, relax, don't struggle. Lay back and work your way out slowly.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
And he's sort of like looking at you like, do you understand what quicksand is? He's like, okay, you look like you understand what quicksand is. All right.
I've been to the desert.
I don't think you understand what quicksand is. You think that you're gonna find it in the desert.
No. I've been in. I grew up in the jungles. I've seen quicksand.
All right. So, best of luck to you. We'll have the hat come round. Have that all gathered up for you tomorrow morning.
Do we get to keep the hat?
If you want the hat,
Yes.
And he just sort of like takes off his hat and he looks at you. If you deal with the hounds, you can have the hat.
All right.
Good. You should wear a hat or you'll catch cold.
And you can see, he's got a big nice beard and a big fluffy hair and then nothing on top. So it's like,
Hey, Burhorn. I need to talk to you real quick.
What do you need?
I kind of notice you kind of hang back. I understand. I recognize the signs. You're slinking and sneaking in the back, lurking. Is that accurate? Is that what you do?
Yeah,
Because you're like kind of afraid. You want to be up in the action.
I'm not scared.
Oh,
What are
but
you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just. That's kind of my thing. So, I just want to make sure, like, which one of them are you going to hide behind? Because we'll pick different people if we coordinate.
I'm gonna hide behind the bug. Is that
Okay.
okay? Because he seems really strong and he doesn't seem scared of anything. So I'm just gonna hide behind him and yeah.
That's good because I've been trying to put some time in with the old lady. I was going to use them maybe.
Wait, you're interested in the old lady?
Well, she said she was like 100 years old. I figure her time's almost up. So, you don't think that's a good idea?
No, I was just thinking I could help you out with that.
Wait,
want
what
some
do you
help with
think
that?
what do you think I'm saying?
You want some help with that?
I just want someone to hide behind is all I'm saying.
So you don't want any help?
What kind of help? You're being like even more vague than the poet over
I
there.
have a potion here.
Oh, yes, I want your potion. Give it to me.
Well, it's for you to give to her.
Well, now I'm super confused. What will it do?
It'll help her, so she doesn't die.
Oh, so she doesn't die? Because I thought you were saying something else. Okay.
What do you think?
Okay.
Wait, I'm not
don't
trying to kill the old lady.
Okay, good. Because I'm not directly trying to do that either.
So indirectly, you're trying to do that. What?
This isn't going well. Can I have the potion?
Sure.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Here you go. Just get her to drink it. It'll
Okay.
help.
Okay. I'll work that in somehow at some point here. Nana, you need some help? Let's go walk into the midnight.
Oh. We're going outside?
Yes.
Okay, and so as the party heads out and away, up north, they are able to see. Excuse me, we're going in a direction I wasn't expecting, so I need a thing here. Let's grab you. You can be my NPC. There we go. So it is quite late in the evening. Darkness has fallen. There's a little bit of a duskiness to it. There's the mists coming down, the mists coming up. So coming off the moors this way, coming up from the ocean that way, and then just kind of a lane where the crest of the hill is, and you've got the mists on either side. You're now 45 minutes to a half an hour outside of the town, making your way up that hill that you came back down, and you would now be heading off to the right to head over to the Westcotts. But from the misty area off to the left, you can hear the sound of distressed sheep coming at you.
At us?
The sound is coming at you.
Oh, okay.
Kino, you ever gone to Tip Sheep? No?
Kino?
Kino, are you okay?
Oh, me? Tip
Yeah.
sheep?
Yeah,
I'm
Tip.
sorry. I apologize. Oh, no. I do not play little games with helpless creatures, no.
Once you've had sheep, you'll never go back.
What do you mean? Like mutton?
Uh huh.
Oh, I do not enjoy mutton very much. I am, would you
What-
consider
what-
sheep red meat?
What do you eat? And
Red
yes,
meat.
Yes, red meat.
Yes.
Sheep, red.
Okay.
You're
Are you
nice
worried?
boys.
And as that little
Are you
conversation
confused?
is
Are you
ongoing,
worried?
the sound
Am
of
I
one
worried? No.
The sound of one upset sheep becomes the sound of many upset sheeps, and then a crack of wood. You can hear, kicking sounds, butting sounds, lots of bleeding, bleating, and then cutting through it, a howl as if of a large dog, and then one of those bleeding sheep cuts off suddenly. You hear the sound of a door bang open, and it's maybe 400 or 500 yards off in that direction, but it's down where the mist is, so you can't really make out what's going on down there. And you hear, "What's that? Who's after the sheep?"
That sounds like our cue.
Nana, how are you feeling? Do you need your medicine?
Right. My arthritis is a lot better since that bug did whatever
Invigorated you. Nah,
did something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There's more
Well.
where that came from. Nah.
Nah.
Can I take a little taste of this potion that I have?
Sure.
Isn't that a thing? Like you could taste a potion to
Try taste
figure
the
out what
potion.
it is?
Sure. Give me an Arcana. The little sipple.
Yeah.
Football.
A 12. It lingers on your tongue for quite a long time. You're like, this is a lingering, a long-lasting potion.
Nana, I think you should have this.
Oh, well, I can't drink alcohol with my medications.
No, this is your medication. You already had the alcohol. It's the order of operations. It's fine if you do drink your medicine after.
Okay.
Nah, right now. Right now.
Parhorn, I believe that was a potion of longevity?
Yeah,
I hope
roll a
so.
d6.
Ooh.
What is it?
Roll a d6.
Okay.
Gonna make you
I'm
younger.
I'm living the mystery here. At 4.
So you de-age 10 years.
What the heck?
You become 10 years younger.
All right, are you okay now in the head and arthritis not so bad?
Oh, 179 again.
Oh. What happened to you? You are hideous.
Oh,
Oh,
Whoa.
Oh, you were so supple before. What happened to you?
well,
Kino, you can't tell a woman that she's hideous.
Yes, I
Bad
can.
form.
I told many women that they're hideous.
Even if you think that they're hideous, you cannot tell them that.
yeah, you
No, they
lied.
like it. Some enjoy it. I'm telling you, they like that stuff.
I don't think that's true.
No.
Nana.
I'm confused.
As this is going
didn't
on,
work.
one bleat after another gets cut off in the distance. You hear somebody going, "Oh no, the humanity!"
Oh, we have to hurry and save that sexy creature. Let's go.
Yes. Let's go.
But by the way, Nana's Dr. Doolittle. What are the sheep saying?
The sheep are going,
Oh.
"No, no!"
Oh, that makes this so much more
Why?
dark.
What have we done? We want to live. If only there were some adventurers nearby.
We're all just standing there. We're like, here, Nana, take your medicine. And she's standing there, listen to the calls of the dead.
They're
You
all
like hear,
dying.
"My children!"
You can hear them now.
It's the circle of
They're
life.
like, "Mama, Mama!"
We have to help them. I rush forward.
You
So
can't rush
nice.
at this point. This is an amble at best.
Oh, we're ambling forward.
I mean, averaged over time. So you make your way down into the mist on the western side. You can smell the salt air coming up from the ocean, leaving the smell of the bog behind. You can see that the grass here is close cropped to the ground. There's just enough light left that those without dark vision can see. It's barely dimly illuminated, a little more fog, and it's going to be dark vision time. Does anyone not have dark vision?
I think I don't.
I
I'll
don't,
try-
but I have the light spell, so I will
Okay.
cast that on my shield.
All right.
Ooh.
Perhorn lights up the area, the fog in the mist. You move forward and you just come across, sodden woolly lumps on the ground. Sheep that have had their throats torn out, lump after lump after lump. You can see in the distance where a pen, the fence walls have been busted down. It looks like the sheep panicked and tried to escape. In the distance, there's a couple of sheep crowded up against what's probably just a very tiny little shack, just big enough for someone to lay down inside. The wooden door on that's been thrown open. Standing in front of the little crowd of sheep, there's a I'm gonna say kid, but he's probably an adult. Scraggly little arms. He's just swinging a stick back and forth. He's got a shepherd's crook, just kind of going at it and kind of bouncing back and forth. In front of him is a dog-like creature. It looks like it's made of straw and mud. There's just, bits of twigs peeking out of it, but up in the mouth, there's thorns and fangs. It looks like if it bit down, it wouldn't just like bite, it would grip and then tear. And as you look down, you can see that the marks on the sheep's neck are pretty nasty. It's, a ripping motion, not a clean bite. This thing's going after this kid, and he's like, ah! Would the party like to roll initiative?
No, we like to kill it outright.
Oh.
Well, Nan will probably growl and yip at it a little.
Hey, now, no bite. No bite. You leave it. Drop it.
And I would like to congratulate the party. I was planning on laughing about this later, but canonically, had they not set out tonight, they would have discovered that Shepherd Dawson was dead. Now they have a chance to save Shepherd Dawson.
Dawson!
Dawson!
Oh!
Go Kings!
Our team.
All right, let's go ahead and bring our
Initiative.
beastie in here. Whoop.
There we go.
Hang on. I don't think I hit the right button. Where'd my button go? Okay, Perhorn and Kinos came through. The others have not hit yet. Let me know what those were. Sorry about that. I'm experimenting with the new Roll20 interface, and I haven't got quite got it down yet.
I forgot to click my thing, but I got a 21.
Avocado got a 14.
Bog dog.
So that will be Pico added to the turn. That will be Avocado added to the turn. Pico 21.
I forgot to click my token. That's what happened, I think.
And Avocado, what were you?
14.
14. Pika, Bogdog, Avocado, Kino. I am missing Stanhausen. Stanhausen, what did you get?
13.
There's a 13 or a 14. Sorry.
13.
13. Got it. Which means with a 21, Pico is the quickest to act. You are making your way towards it, so I will say you're probably at about the 80-foot mark where you can see it from now. What are you doing?
Even though, well, now I'm going for it. Thorn Whip in hopes of pulling it away from Dawson the Shepherd.
Sure. So you've got, what, 30 feet you can run up?
I believe so.
And then what's
Let's
the
see.
range on Thorn Whip? Because you got 80 feet to cover between you and the Hound.
Oh, that's right. It's 80. Thorn Whip is 30 feet. So I probably won't be able to quite do that. 80. So I'll dash and do shillelagh on my shovel.
Okay.
In case it decides to come over, but yeah, he's not going to be able to make it far enough to do. I don't think so. No, wait, I could. 30. No, because the dash is an action. Duh. Sorry. I forgot how to do stuff. So yeah, dash up,
Okay.
shillelagh.
Got it. So
Ready with shovel.
You're now about 20 feet away. Just remember that. Bog Dog is going next, and it is going after Guard Dawson. Guard Dawson is trying to dodge at this point. Bog Dog makes an attack.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
A
Dawson's very...
15 will hit Guard Dawson, doing 8 points of damage. Good news is he is still alive at the moment, but does not look like he can take much more of that. Avocado. The kid's getting mauled.
And 80 feet also, huh? Or 75 or
Yeah,
something?
but everybody's about 80 feet. You weren't doing
Ooh.
much moving towards him for the last couple of moments, so we started you back pretty far back.
She'll just saunter forward. How far should 30 feet be? Like around so?
So about 30 feet would leave you about 50 feet back. So we'll just, go imaginary distances.
Okay. All right. Dang, we could just do it 50 feet. Shillelagh.
Shillelagh? All right.
Uh,
And then Avocado also running forward with Pico.
Yeah.
Okay. So the two of you are rushed forward.
Actually, I guess she could do a dash and shillelagh, right? Yeah.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah.
that's right.
So Pico and Avocado twinsies, now about 20 feet out from the Hound, both wielding shillelaghs. Stanhausen.
How far away are we?
Starting off at
80
80.
I can do it.
Okay.
I have mobile, and I will dash as a bonus action to get up to the little doggy. I'll say, hello, friend.
Wow.
I guess.
Dang, you're fast.
Tequila. But it's a
Uh,
critical hit.
And you
Oh.
open up with a crit.
Wow.
That works. Let's see some damage.
Do I get sneak
Yes.
attack?
I would say Shepard Dawson is a friend in combat. He would very much like your help. And they are side by side at this point, so sure.
Nice.
Let's see, how do I make this?
And I believe the rule that I set out was for every crit there was a shot. So
There were rules. The DM won't be enforcing those rules, but you can do as you like.
Well, I
Especially a
nailed
crit.
it.
That is
I nailed it on that
It's a crit with
extra.
tequila too.
that is 3 of your 4d6s came up a 1 on that, but it's still damage. The beastie is still moving though. And is tequila the short sword magical?
It is.
Okie dokie. Seemed to work just fine. Kino, what do you
Yes.
got?
Well, I will move up. I will not get all the way there, though. I will use my movement. So I am 30 feet away. So, because you said, how far away are we? You said
started
80?
off at 80.
Oh, so I am still 40 feet away. No, I'm at 50 feet away. I'm going to dash, I guess.
Okay.
I'm there now?
Yep.
Okay. Um,
Somewhere in there, yeah.
And I am going to just try to huck a hand axe at it. I'm still a bit of ways away, so I'm going to be taking it as disadvantage, but I want to try to do some damage at least.
Okay.
Disadvantage, hand axe, thrown. Oh, that's for Dawson, Shepard Dawson.
Just landed on the ground.
Do
Kino, anything else?
not worry, you Shepard. I will be there shortly to protect you with everything I have.
Herhorn.
Perron's in a little less of a so he's only going to move 30.
Okay, only 30, so you'll end up somewhere in that range.
And then I'm going to throw shoot my little bow on the heat setting.
Heat setting.
A 12 will hit. 3 points of fiery damage. You can see some of the straw singe and flicker there, but the mud and goo that it is made of puts it out quickly. Perhorn, anything
Hey,
else?
dog, I'm over here. I'll make a better meal. Come on, I'm all liquored up. Let's go. That's it.
You got it. Pico, what do we
No
got?
longer worried, huh?
Pico is going to move up enough so he is why am I drawing a blank? Probably more so like over here, like within range of like that 30 feet. Actually, sorry, let me scoot this way. And then he's going to use Thorn Whip and mainly trying to pull him away from Dawson.
Okay, let's see a Thorn Whip.
You got it. Thorn Whip.
8 will not do it.
I tried. I tried.
Do not worry.
Aw.
As everyone tries to pull the dog's attention away from Shepard Dawson, you succeed. It turns its attention to Stanhausen, who has a weapon that seems to work. A blight bite comes at Stanhausen. A 24 to
bite.
hit.
Oh,
Hey, Poochie! The drunk one's over there. Did you hear him?
He reeks of liquor.
I
Ah.
need a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, please.
Easy.
Bad dog. You leave it. You leave it right now.
Oh,
14 is not a 15, and the players have not been graced with rerolls yet. Stanhausen, please subtract 5 feet from your movement speed. As you are torn with brambles, covered in mud and muck, and it all clings to you, making it hard to move about. Avocado, what are you up to?
Pico, you have a plenty too.
Yeah.
And a similar little vine lashing out.
Okay. Thorn Whip
Like
coming.
so.
Oh, Jeff Boyardee has redeemed the players a reroll. Thank you, Jeff Boyardee.
Oh,
Thank
Jeff
you.
Boyardee.
thank you.
A 15 will hit. 6 is piercing damage.
Planty's hungry.
Thorns mingle with thorns, and the hound is dragged towards Avocado.
Oh no! Planty, no!
That is the effect of Thorn Whip. It moves it 10 feet towards you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Just double checking. Stanhausen, Shepard Dawson is no longer an immediate threat. There's a hound between you and your two friends. What are you up to?
I'm gonna. Ow! I'm gonna try to hit this thing with my sword.
23 is a hit. Absolutely.
Nice.
Press that button. Oh, that's as good as my critical hit.
It's as good as your critical, and it is good enough, sinking your blade in. The dog's form goes still and lifeless, but it doesn't slump to the ground or, act like a dying animal. It just stops moving, kind of drying up like a statue made of straw and mud, though. It no longer moves about.
Ooh.
You draw your blade out, and you can see it's left, a blade-sized crater in the thing. The shepherd's like, oh.
Avocado will poke at that thing with her staff, trying to figure out what happened there. Why is the dog turning into that?
Sure, you kind of poke at it. Give me, let's call this something investigation-y. Like maybe investigation.
2.
A 2. You're like poke, and you're like, okay, this part's squishy, this part's hard, this part's squishy, this part I broke it, and the dog just sort of like cracks and crumbles like somebody's poking at clay that hadn't quite dried out yet.
Is there a collar?
Is there a collar? How about a quick perception check as you do that? As you're kind of working on that and you're all moving up, the shepherd's coming over to you. He's like, thank you. I can't. Whew, I almost died. And then all of a sudden he like looks up and he sees past Stanhausen to the others there, and he just like freezes, looking at the giant bug, looking at the dragon lady,
Another bug.
looking at the giant frog. He's like,
We come in peace.
Yes,
We're here to deal with the dog situation.
Oh, you are shivering. Do not worry.
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's a good joke. You read my name tag. I'm Shepard Dawson.
Hello, I'm Shepherd Dog.
Yeah, hi, I'm Shepard Dawson. My mom stitches it into all my clothes. It's a thing. I thought she would stop when I got older, but it's just, what do you gonna say? It's a nice jumper, but what was that?
Take a breath deep in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth.
Oh,
Ah.
Are you cold? I can warm you up.
Speaking of Shepard Dawson, Dawson has he rolled a wandering encounter for us.
Shepard Dawson, I should run this sword through your chest right now. You son of a bitch.
So Shepard Dawson is like, at least it was only one of them. Then you hear like, "Aroo!" from the spot behind you. And could I have a volunteer to determine how many of these hounds might be pursuing you right now? I
What?
think we're going to roll 1d4
Ooh.
and see how many
Oh.
come through. A 1. Well rolled. The 1 made it first, so we will obey the 1. Coming in at quite a speed, crossing the road, heading towards you, another of these hounds. You can hear others baying in the distance, but they're further away. They will not be here immediately. But we're going to go ahead and clear the turn order. We are going to ask everybody to click their tokens and roll them back in as another bog dog joins the fray.
Bog dog.
Bog dog.
Bog dog.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got everybody on there. Let's put them in descending order. This one will have waited to bay until it was just about to cross the road, so it is the distance that we show here. So Kino and Pico are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably like 30 feet away. Everybody else is kind of where they are. Dawson is just basically recovering from, the look of you, and he's kind of looking past you, and then just gives that like freeze as the dog kind of comes out of the mist, crests the hill. Stanhausen, you are the first to react. You're probably looking in that direction over the back of the shattered dog. What are you doing?
I think Stanhausen's gonna sit this one out. Maybe take the dodge action.
Stanhausen taking the dog action. Keto, what are you up
Yes.
to?
Do not worry, you shepherd. I love your eyebrows. They are so hairy. Maybe we could talk about all your hair later. But first, I will protect you. Ah! Going in.
Kino rushing in. Dog seems happy to see you coming. Arf.
Arf. I bring out my long sword. Murmur. Mwah, I give it a kiss. Time to sing, my love. And I go and I swing it.
26 is a pretty good swing. Let's see some damage.
Okay.
Were you one-handed or two-handed on that?
I am one-handed right now. I have a shield.
So just 5 points of damage there. Is that a magical weapon?
It is not.
It is not a magical weapon. Still looked like 5 points of damage. Kino, anything else?
I will attack again.
Again!
Yes. Yeah! Watch this one, everyone. Yeah! And I swing again,
See, he's emoting with
gyrating
two
my
hands.
hips to
Whoa.
get some torque.
It's all in the hips. It's not
Oh!
in the hips. That's not going to do it.
Ugh! My shame! Do not look at that second one! No! Sorry, Pooch. You did not get my best because you are not good. You are evil. Only beautiful things and beautiful people get my best.
And as it is denied your best, it seems that it'll try to take the second best as it bites you. And a 10's probably going to miss. But we're going to
No.
We're going to deploy the DM reroll that we have.
Do not do that.
DM reroll is a 9. I wasted my
Pooch.
DM
I
reroll.
I kind of move out its way and I slap it on the butt. No, Poochie.
Give it a little matador action there. Perhorn, as Kino goes full matador, what are you up to?
That's me?
Yeah, that's you. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Miss Night Blossom.
Pull out the. I'm gonna move up 30 feet.
Oh, the players have been given a reroll as that's happening. Thank you, Todd.
Nice. I'm gonna use that right away because I'm probably gonna miss. Fire away.
9 will miss.
Yes, that's a miss. I will use that reroll.
Easy come, easy
Not
go.
because I can, but because I want to.
25's much better.
Oh, yeah. There's some damage. 4 points of damage.
4 points of scorching damage. It crisps a little bit of that straw and mud, but it's still a big dog. Anything else, Perhorn?
That's no dog. You're not tricking me this time.
All
They
right.
don't turn to mud. And then, yeah. Actually, bonus action, I will cast Sanctuary on Kino.
All right. Kino gets a
Nice.
sanctuary. Wood.
You know what that does, right?
Yes, if I attack, then
While that's happening, Avocado, what are you up to?
Plenty leaps out of the basket, claws at the ground, dragging her over to the new dog. Plenty, no! He gets up close and and he slings her little tuchus with her little dragon turtle shell on her back, and he uses that as a club to club the doggy.
Okie dokie.
Let's see here.
I think that worked out to be a shillelagh attack.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, it did.
the tuchus.
Good, Tuchus. 24 hits, 7 points of magical bludgeoning damage. Works pretty well. It is
Okay.
less than half the hound it used to be, but it has still got those bramble teeth. Avocado, anything else for you?
Mm.
All right.
Auntie, you put me down.
Pico!
There's some pebbles I could pick up off the ground, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's
You're
gonna
like sheep turd, pebble.
pebble. He's gonna pick up the pebble, kind of roll him around like a fushigi, and then cast magic stone.
Oh!
Yeah, magic stone. I've never used it before. I figured I'd give it a try. Bonus action to cast the magic stone, and and you make a ranged spell attack by throwing or hurling. Can I use my shovel to like fling
Sure.
fling the so
Absolutely.
cool?
What's that?
Awesome.
It's the highlight? Pelota and highlight? Or isn't that the... You load in the shovel and you...
I'll agree with you because I don't know.
I can't remember which... I think it's one of the South American sports that's played with the cast and net.
In my head, I'm thinking lacrosse, but I know that's not what you're talking
lacrosse
about.
has got the stick, but there's one that's got like a scoop. Anyway, yes.
Okay.
You may definitely do
Cool.
the thing that you want to do.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna.
I was wrong. You can't do that thing. That was a bad idea. Shovels are not made for this.
He's not used to it, so like instead of it like flinging out, it just flings like back into the floor. He's like, oh.
Sounds good. Jeff, thanks for helping me out there. Cesta is the word I was going at. Castanets, the clicky things we talked about earlier. Stanhausen, it is back to you. You're hung back about 35, 40 feet there.
He's just stretching out his wounded calf, and he's like, okay, get in there, Stanhausen. It's time. He's going to do a little Naruto run forward, 35 feet.
Mm-hmm.
He will bonus action dash.
Okay.
Take a stab.
Okay. No.
Oh, is there a reroll?
There is a reroll.
Use it.
Reroll deployed. 12 is the number we need, so it does land,
Oh,
and you do have
hey.
sneak attack friends.
Yes.
11 is more than you needed. Another dog felled by Tequila.
Yeah.
He didn't know that. He ran back.
Oh.
All right.
The way you attack is like a dance, my friend. Oh,
And so
you invigorate me.
Oh.
Come closer. Let us talk about your technique.
See, what I do is I try to find a gap in the line where I could just sneak in and give a little stab, and then
Yes, gaps.
I get out of there. And I
Did
find
you say
old
stab or
people,
scab?
big people to hide behind.
My
As
friend,
you
I knew
were,
you were a bit. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I was just gonna. I would look back at the halfling and go, I know you were a bit nervous, but how much did you have to drink?
Just enough.
You're no longer nervous. That's good.
Sounds good.
I'm,
So
I'm not nervous. What are you talking about?
as that conversation's going on, off in the distance, you can hear the bays of other hounds, different spots coming. At least a dozen of them out and about, sounding off in different ways. Coming away on the north, off to the distance in the swamp or in the mires, there, you can also hear the sounds of like something snorting and then a few squeeze. It sounds like there's pigs or boars that are being pursued or harried by the hounds off in the distance. But no more coming close towards you at the moment, unless there's more, you know, wandering monsters. But we'll see how that goes.
Shepherd.
Excuse me, young man over there. Are these your animals?
Uh, the sheep?
They are very ill-behaved young man.
My sheep? They were just assaulted by that thing. They panicked. These are lovely sheep, but these are my best sheep. I mean,
I don't know if they're sheep or dogs or sand piles, but whatever they are, you need to train them a little bit better to deal with people. When people come over, this is not okay.
Those aren't mine. I had nothing to do with those. That's
What do you know about pigs?
pigs.
Yeah, I hear some pigs.
I mean, I'd love to have some pigs to raise, but I just got sheep. There's some boars, that we go hunting for occasionally, but it's not really the season for it. They're all angry right now.
Oh.
They got piglets, boarlets, burritos.
I would flutter my wings and I'm cleaning off my longsword and say, "Excuse me, you over there, the one with the eyebrows. Please,
Yes.
would you fetch me my hand axe?"
Your hand axe. He's sort of like looking around. Oh, yes. I saw this come flying out of the mist. I hoped maybe a person would follow, and he offers it to you, like holding like the nub end and like as
Do
far
not be
as
afraid. I will not bite.
I don't entirely believe you, but I've
You
had a bit of a
good.
night, and you saved me. So, I'm gonna fix the pen. I'm gonna go back in my house and shut the door and not come out till daylight.
If you do not worry, we are out here. If you hear any more noise, it's just us.
Ha! And you can see him sort of like go back and he looks at like the sheep for a minute, like, I should probably drag these back inside the pen. They're not going anywhere. And then he just sort of like jams the couple of pen posts together again and goes back in. You hear like a kudunk as he closes the door. Shepherd Dawson lives another day with 3 hit points remaining.
What a weird guy.
Why do you say that? How do you feel? Tell me, are you okay, my friend?
No.
You. What is wrong? Are you
my
hurt?
leg is. I'm kind of dragging it a bit.
Oh my goodness. Get closer. Let me examine your wonderful leg. I love the way your calf muscles split. It's like a horseshoe. And the back
it
of
that
your
bad?
leg.
Oh.
It could be worse. Would you like for me to make it better?
Hey, dumbass, I thought you were going to stand behind the turtle. It didn't seem to work out for you there. You might want to, like, adjust your positioning.
It didn't go the way I thought in my head.
You wanted to stand behind the turtle, huh?
I did.
She is a lovely woman.
In
I do not blame you for that.
hard shell,
Yeah.
good spot. I thought.
Yes.
Yes, I want your help, please. Help.
Okay. Can
The
I
horse-
examine you and see how hurt you are?
Sure. So
I
it's
would say that I am at a 5 out of 13 on that scale.
yeah,
Oh
on a
no.
13-point very specific scale.
Roughly stating.
Along with that, Standhausen's leg is sort of like got thorns and vines sort of embedded in it, and it's covered in like a muck that's almost dried to the consistency of hard clay or concrete. So you'll have to be very careful breaking it away to get him loosened up to restore his mobility. You would say it'd probably take a short rest worth of effort to get him freed up from that entrapment.
Well, I could do an instant heal. I could invigorate you with all of my juices and such. But, or would you rather just take a little snooze? It's up
News.
to you. Are you sure? This could be over very quickly for you. All you need to do is press your leg against my hand.
Danhausen is, I'm patient.
Oh, I like that. Very good.
Sure.
Do not rush. I get it. Maybe we can go and take a little snooze in our friend Shepherd's house.
So that
I
that
that
that hut is
yeah.
basically big enough for one person, maybe two, to lay down, and that's about it. It is like four
Don't tell
foot
him
by
that.
6 foot wide.
I'm not
I'm-
going in there with you.
I will stay outside. It's fine. Do not worry.
Like this is the minimum amount of wood needed to be considered a house for a human. Like that.
How how convenient.
No, I said that earlier.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This is a shepherd's
Oh
hut. It's,
man.
you know, it's that little box and then the pen. That's all that's out here.
Just
Well-
show me where the sheep sleep. That's good enough for me.
There's some sheep
Oh!
sleeping a long sleep there. There's a long sleep there, a long sleep there, and then there's a huddle of them in the corner where they're all just kind of panicked and bunched together.
Look at that. The horseshoe's back in my leg. I haven't seen that in 10 years. My gams are back.
Graham Gams. Yay. And so, is the party attempting to wait out the night, or are we just going to wait an hour and then continue on? What's the plan?
Short rest?
I'm good with a
Yes.
short rest. Yes.
Sure. Somebody give me a fateful d20 you'd like to roll higher than a 3.
20.
A
Yes.
15
Did it.
is higher than a 3. The hour passes uneventfully. You're able to unentwine yourself and restore your mobility, and spend some hit dice if you'd like to restore those hit points.
The 5 extra hit points stay or go away?
They continue. Yeah, they're fine.
Oh,
Day,
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
They stay for the day.
Ye-
You got it. As that time passes, you'd also get a little time to look around. You saw the one hound approaching from the direction of the swamp. The other one you're able to trace back. They both came out of the swamp and then over to the east. Investigating around, this looks like one of the furthest outlying shepherds. And then you can see off in the distance and kind of pay attention. Most of the hounds are currently hunting further east and north on basically the far side of the swamp at this point, pursuing those boars or pigs. You hear those squeals getting further distant, angry grunting, and the occasional bay of the hounds. There's a path that leads east into the swamp. It looks like it's likely the one that was described to you. Are you heading for it?
What do you think, my friend? Stanny. Danny. What do you think? Are you able to walk? Do you have your invigoration? Is it back within you, in your body?
Yes, I feel much better now. I did some stretches and
Yes, I
cleaned
watched
some
you.
things off.
Very good.
Let's see. I'm gonna open up my coin purse here. Ignore those
Oh, good.
comments and see if there's still a toad in there.
Yeah, there's a toad in there. He's just like Scrooge McDucking it up.
Hey, toad! What do
Like he
you know?
swims up from the coins, like spits a little rainbow up. He just looks up at you.
We're trying to find like a thing, right? Do you know what type of thing we're looking for? It's a dog collar, isn't it?
He gives you a little like toad shrug.
Are we on the right path?
The like toad shrug again.
Are you having fun in there with swimming in the gold? Yeah, keep on doing it. Someday I will have enough to do that myself.
Yeah, he
But
just like looks
today,
up to you and he gives a little like butt wiggle shiver, and the gold just kind of like comes up over his head as he ducks back down, just staring at you with little toad eyes.
tie that off. I'm gonna have to clean that. He's probably pissing all over my gold.
I don't like that nasty toad piss.
Shall we follow this path? Pico, what do you think? You're the desert swamp bog expert.
I mean, sure.
There's no quicksand. They said something about sinking sands.
Yeah, you need sand and then kind of like a watery level beneath it that kind of makes it loose enough. And he'll kind of hop his way down the path just a little bit and kind of like take a peek around. Um like looking an eye out for any like
Sure.
clear dangers.
Yeah, so as you're kind of making your way down this path, the drier land fades behind it. Your surroundings are damp and marshy. The sound of water dripping off moss draped skeletons of trees fills the lonely moor. All around rises the drone of buzzing insects and the harsh cawing of carrion birds. The sound seems somehow lost and forlorn through the dense fog. Out of the lonely gray comes the baying of the dread hounds in the distance as the pack once more takes up the hunt. You can hear the squeals of the pigs and the boars, the occasional thunk as they slam into a tree. It's distant at this point, and you can just barely catch it. There are thicker growths about, green, rancid, drawing strength from stagnant waters through which you're occasionally forced to slog. Uh, your foot sinks down into a morass. It's not quicksand so much as it is um, a raft of vegetation atop a deeper hole of water. And it, basically, as you if you've ever stepped on ice and crunched through to the snow beneath, it's like that, except your leg just goes down and you're suddenly engulfed in water. The moss that you broke through opening up further, and you gotta pull yourself out of it. Um, you haven't hit quicksand yet, but this is certainly the place for it. Maybe not sand specifically, but mud that would act much the same way. Could I get a survival check from you, please?
Of course.
This was a horrible idea.
Oh, a
Yeah.
nat
Oh,
20.
you
That's
are all
beautiful.
over it.
I am.
You spot areas. You're like, okay, we're gonna stay on the path. There's a couple of places where you're kind of looking at the path. You're like, it could be this way, it could be that way. You're like, nope, that's a deer trail. This is the path, and you stick to the right one the whole way through.
I'm going to I have. Wait, is it this game or a different game? That's a different game. Um, could I before like kind of he's gonna be like, oh, let's try setting down this path, see if we can find that lodestone. But before he does, could he go to where like kind of like the sandy bit along the beaches there, kind of shove some sand into like a pocket or something, and like kind of use that to like mark the safe areas like as they go through?
Sure. Yep, you can lay down a bit of a path that way. So
Yeah.
you grab some sand, grab some stones, break branches, to give you kind of a trail path that if you do need to move quickly on the way out, you could find your way again. Um, as you're kind of making your way and come around a bit of a bend in the trail where there's a copse of trees growing out of a very wet area that you would certainly want to avoid, you can see there's an upturned cart turned over in its side. One of the cart wheels is shattered, and from under the cart, you can hear a prayer being chanted. Please protect us. I promise to be good, just to get me out of this.
Now, see, ever since they invented those dag blasted things, I said those are dangerous. Those carts, you better you trust your own feet, not some newfangled shenanigans.
You're older than carts?
Not anymore. Act your age.
So
Your prayers have been answered.
It was a
Okay.
two-wheeled cart. It's now down to one wheel and one broken set. It's kind of a box cart, so likely this would be something that someone would push ahead of them or pull behind them.
Mm.
It's currently upside down, kind of turtle-like, and whoever it is underneath that upturned turtle area.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, do not worry. Your prayers are being answered, for Kino has found you.
What?
In your shelter state. Open your shell.
Wait, what the
Come
fuck?
on out.
You're a god?
What? Oh, hey,
Well, I am.
thanks to you for your timely
sent from
assistance.
God.
You're people. I'm not fantasizing. You're truly. Oh,
Oh yes,
Uh,
yes. Do not feast your eyes upon me, of course.
Without you, I'd surely be dead. But I'm sorry, I'm getting into my head of myself. And you see someone's fingers kind of, come under the mud, and he sort of like, you hear a little bit of and he kind of lifts up and he gets an arm under and kind of props up and he gets his head down and he looks out at you. I'm Douglas Michaels. Hunter.
Oh,
Hi.
hello there.
Hi.
Hello.
You.
Oh, sir.
Hello.
You are help. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You're.
I know.
Oh,
Do not worry.
think
Many
I swallowed
people
some of
feel
the
the way
water.
you do right now. Do not worry.
You want to get invigorated.
What?
The juices.
You've got something on your. Oh.
Oh.
I'm Douglas. I'm the gardener for Sir Burton. Westcott, owner the manor. I was out gathering some herbs and wheel broke and night fell. Dogs. Ooh. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting anyone to come by nightfall, and I don't think anyone was ever expecting. Ooh. Well, it's not during daytime. Maybe if I were drinking.
oh, you want a drink? I can help you out with that.
Yeah, I could. Oh yeah. He sort of
Alright,
pops,
here you go.
and he just like glurk, and then gives you the. Oh,
Thank you.
That tasted.
You sure
local.
are healthy. That is good.
I turtled up after the. Well, I mean, I hid under the.
What are you afraid of, my friend? Do not worry, I made many people breathless, but not like this. It seems you are a bit afraid.
Well, the hounds were out early. I mean, they normally wait till nightfall, and I thought I could make it back, but I mean, it's almost. The sun wasn't down yet. It was daytime. I haven't seen him out and about in daytime. Powerful mystery there. They're supposed to be safe going out at light. Huh. Would would you be willing to see me back to the manor? It's a quick jog, but I didn't think it was worth it alone. But you look
I will
capable.
see you wherever.
It's,
We could certainly help you out.
hey, well, cart goes over. Let me just gather up what we can carry here, and we'll leg it.
Pico would put on his gloves and help move things back onto the cart.
Yeah. And no, they're not going to be able to drag that with the wheel gone unless any of you happen to be a wheelwright. I mean, what would the odds of that be?
What are the odds?
What
the
are
odds?
The
odds?
odds are very slim.
Proficiency in wheels.
Well, proficiency, if you happen to have been there when they were invented, that would help. But otherwise, a woodworking sort of skill.
Would a cartographer kit help?
I'm a carpenter. I could probably figure out how a wheel works.
I remember
assuming
when
it's
these
made out
things
of
were
wood.
square.
When wheels were square, I think those are called sledges. But come on, we'll get to the manor. And he's got his stuff, and he's like setting out. He's looking at your shield that's all glowy and. Oh,
Pretty, eh?
Master Westcott's gonna have some words about this. So,
Are you gonna be in trouble?
no, maybe. He's a particular fella. Doesn't like surprises so much, and you're a very surprising group.
Is he still single?
Is he single? He hasn't taken a wife.
Nutty boy.
Oh,
You.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
You are.
Well,
Well,
Westcott's. They've been fell on hard times. I don't know he has many marriage prospects. Didn't manage to land a wife when he was young, and now he's getting on a bit.
I wasn't asking for myself. I was just.
I'm sorry. No, he's ripe for the picking for you, my friend. When you have so much, I leave the rest, some for the rest of us. It's no problem.
Yeah, I think he's got a complicated situation. I don't like the drama. And
I'm gonna kind of lean back a bit as we're kind of walking. Any of these names, do they mean? Are they any importance? I would have to admit, when we were at the pub, I found a reflection of myself, and I could not help but just stare at me.
yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
our gardener friend, Mr. Michaels.
Oh, I love the way your hair parts.
That's a part.
It just keeps parting.
Parted like the Red Sea itself.
Thank you.
Help me!
Your prayers were answered, there, guy.
And in about a 15-minute jog, or at least as much of a jog as he can manage, you come upon the manor house. It's an old estate, 3 floors, a ground floor, a main floor, an upper floor, and a few dormers above. The doors and windows on the first floor are boarded up from the outside, and you can see that several of the windows have been shattered. There's signs of damage about the estate. as he heads over to it, he walks up and he gives a knock knock, um, and the door is called back and forth, and is who is it? It's Douglas, sir. I'm sorry to be arriving after dark. I got caught out. Some adventurers were able to help me, and they seem capable sort, out at night, weapons at the ready, and well, I don't know how to make it back without him. If you could let us in, and he's like, of course, Douglas. Your things being shifted out of the way.
We're gonna need some whiskey too.
May I use your bathroom?
And from inside, you hear, Douglas, is there a lady with you? And he manages to, like, he's got a little bit of, it's an upper class voice. He drops the old to an almost inaudible pause, but there was definitely enough space in there for an old to be in there. Douglas sort of looks, sort of, sir, sort of. Best you see for yourself. And with that, eventually the boards are taken away and it's pulled back. There's a man standing there. He's got a kind of crossbow, not pointed at you, but sort of out the ready. He's looking past you. He's a 45 to 55-year-old man. He's got a bit of a Theodore Roosevelt vibe to him. And just a second here as we get to
rough and ready.
Get to a top right corner of.
Oh my god, it does look like Rose.
Let's get a little zoom out here action for the folks following along at home. There we go. And sort of as he gestures in, welcome. It's good to have guests. He manages as he sort of looks you over. I thank you for your assistance with Douglas. Come in. Let's get the door secured and then we can do introductions. And he gets everything in, and big bar goes down, things go up. I am sorry to say you've come upon the Westcote estate in dire times. We've been assaulted these past few nights by hounds rising up from the bog. But we're secure and safe, no surprises this evening. Please, won't you join me? We've had supper, but it looks as though you've been out late. Have you dined?
I can eat.
I can. I don't think I ever got my soup. At the Breached Mermaid.
Splendid. Douglas, why don't you take those herbs to Martine and let her know to heat us up something, and serve it as quick as can, while maintaining quality, of course. And why don't you all come in and have a seat? And he'll lead you. Good.
Yes. As we walk, I have some questions for you, my friend. My friend Stan, come here. What are your hobbies, my friend? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Collect things.
Good. And how about you, Mr. Around spaced glasses? How about you? What do you like to do? Do you? Westcott. Westcott. Yes. What do you like to do?
Westcott House. I am Lord Westcott.
I'm sorry. What do you like to do? Do you like to collect?
I have been known to. Actually once, some time ago, was quite a collector, a hunter. Was known for my hounds, but sadly the keeping of hounds in this household has not been possible for quite some time.
Yes. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is my friend Stan. He is very handsome and strong. Please, Stan, go ahead. You have so much in common.
Thank you. And as you're walking in, the foyer that you're passing through is graciously appointed, but could definitely use some new furniture. What's here looks as though it's been there for decades. There's a stairway that leads up to a second floor, which has got a little bit of a balcony. The kind of thing people would, walk down to make a grand entrance. You passed by a living room that's got broken glass on the floor, the door nailed shut, mud and straw. Very similar to what you saw coming from the dogs that you fought, is kind of off in the corner there. He leads you on, though, to a dining room. This seems to be in good repair. Mahogany furniture polished to a shine, giving a nice mellow glow. A couple of candles have been lit in here to warm up the place. Looking around the room, kind of casting a critical eye, you can see there's, painting, 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 and then there's sort of a blank spot where a painting would have hung, that's been taken down. He offers you a seat, pulls a chair out for the ladies, uh, and then takes a seat himself. Now, um, I'm not entirely sure where to begin. Let's start with, what are you doing in my lands?
Uh,
Oh,
l-
yeah.
learning about the area. Sightseeing. In search of a stone. Uh,
We are here to help you.
that as well. It seems we
Not.
we
We're
are
not.
here. Oh, did we tell the guy that we were here to take care of the dog situation as well?
Yeah, we said a lot of things to a lot of people. Do you know what a mist talisman is?
Oh yeah, that's the stone we're looking for. Or
A
yeah,
mist talisman. I've not heard of that particular word. What does it describe?
lodestone
How about the loads? I'm a connoisseur.
of loads. A purveyor of loads.
Connoisseur of loads.
Yes.
We're serious adults playing a serious game. Uh, and so he sort of eyes you up for a second. I'm familiar with lodestone, used to make compasses and such. I believe I have some about. I did some scientific experiments, during my schooling years. I don't know how that associates with what you're describing, though.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that last part again?
I don't understand what that has to do with what you're describing. What is the importance of this talisman that you seek?
Well, you got a lot of mist around here, and I think we're led to believe that this object might be able to do something with the mists, or let you pass through the mists, or control the mists. We're
It
trying to
has to
get
do
it
with
down at a store run by a bird.
Store
That's what
run
we're
by a
doing.
bird.
Yeah.
Hmm. I've not heard of such a thing. How about an
We really
arcana
want
or
this.
something along those lines to explain to him better what the purpose of the object you're looking for is?
Uh-oh.
A 15 on the arcana is pretty good.
Oh.
Too late.
So, Perhorn, as you start to echo some of the, things that would make a mist talisman, singularly belonging to this particular area, that sort of thing. Um, Lord Westcott says, well, this is Westcott Manor of Mordenshire. I would think something of significance here would be uh, perhaps one of my family heirlooms, or uh, something of that nature. You could only find it here. The Westcott family is here in Westcott Manor. A few things about the house left, but something of such importance I wouldn't generally part with. Um, You seem to be of an adventuresome nature, though, and I think you.
Hmm.
I heard some conversation about the hounds. Do you truly seek to rid this land of the curse?
Of course. Why
Would you
else would
like
we
that?
be here?
Yes. Would you like that?
I would. It's a curse that has caused my family to dwindle, my manor to fall to ruin. The bog draws closer almost every day. There was a time when we had fields surrounding the household. Now it's all turned to swamp. Uh, of course, if I could bestow such a gift upon you in exchange for that, I would. Um,
Well, we're probably going to need a little more than just the talisman, because that's for somebody else. We're going to need some gold, too.
hmm,
Yeah.
well, uh, I suppose. Hmm.
And some tissue paper.
You know, tissue paper. I suppose we
I'm
could.
sorry about your chair.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Ah,
none.
well, it's only a few hundred years old and an antique. I'm sure they could be replaced. And he gestures, and a servant comes forward to assist Avocado with her indiscretions. But give me just a moment. And he heads out from the dining room. You can see he steps through back into the hallway, north into the living room, and you can hear another door open off of there. Um, there's a bit of metal on metal noise, and then eventually he comes back in, and he's bearing a obviously a sword, but wrapped up in old sort of a gauzy material, as if you would, to wrap a gift. And he says, "This was to be a gift to one of my ancestors upon their marriage. That marriage never happened, and it's been languishing here in the household. But I can think of nothing that speaks so directly of this household than this. It was to be an arming sword. He describes it basically a broadsword with a massive blade with a big, emblem etched into it, big fancy thing. You're not really supposed to fight with it. It's more, bling than weapon. It's still sharp.
Hmm.
But he says this with the Westcott emblem, as well as having the emblem of his wife's house on it, the Campbell household. This, I think, would do for what you're saying. Now, this is quite expensive. Itself, I would say, easily hundreds of gold. Um, the curse, though, what's that worth to me? More, I should say.
Or
Hmm. This plus 50 gold for each of you to deal with it.
sounds pretty good.
I'm willing to assist.
Hey, so you
Of course.
mentioned yeah, the curse. You mentioned the curse.
I
You
did.
mentioned the wedding. What's the deal with that, huh? What happened there?
Uh,
Oh,
some
no.
100 years ago. And he relays the story that the gaffer did, but he adds a few details. My ancestor, the then Lord Westcott, was to be married, and this Anne Campbell, uh, just in that kitchen there, murdered his brother Michael. They pursued. He kept hounds, as I once did, as well, and as she fled out into the moors, he pursued with the intent to capture her, to bring her back to justice. But the moors are tricky, and the hounds and his fiancee were lost to the bogs.
Hmm. When we first heard this story at the inn,
Mhm.
did they mention the murder of the brother, or did I just miss that?
They did
I think they
mention that the
did,
brother
yeah.
Michael died,
Okay.
correct?
Okay.
But it wasn't uh, perhaps wasn't so much a blame. It wasn't a murder of Michael. Michael died in whatever happened.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Lord Westcott is more direct, saying Anne killed Michael.
Okay.
And the then Lord Westcott still just wished to bring her to justice. Of course, I imagine he was filled with wrath, but at the same time, he was a nobleman. He would not act inappropriately. But she died, and having done so, laid a curse on our family. What is the time? And he sort of checks about himself and looks over to the hourglass and says, in just a few minutes you can see. So it's probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, and he leads you up to the second floor to one of the galleys that has windows still open, and gestures out towards where the kitchen is. And you can kind of see a woman, ghostly figure, emerge, heading off into the bog. You can see a series of hounds pursuing. And as he gestures, he says, "That is the ghost of the Lady Campbell. Every night she leaves, the hounds follow, and her hounds wreak havoc on this land." And he draws the curtains close. And as he's doing so, you can see there's another figure that's off in pursuit of the hounds there. Now,
In
ahead.
pursuit of the hounds?
In pursuit of the hounds.
Okay.
Now,
And who is that?
who is what?
The one in pursuing
And he sort
those
of
creatures.
He opens it and takes a look. I always assumed that to be the then Lord Westcott. And you can see he is following off in the distance. But the hounds have assaulted this house since then. The bog has crept in. I think what would need to happen is that the body of Lady Campbell would need to be required and laid to rest, or the hounds destroyed. There is one amongst them, larger, darker, eyes of glowing red. You may have noticed the other hounds have no eyes. They're comprised of mud and straw, but this creature is more shadow and fire. That one would need to die. Or, I suspect, Lady Campbell's body recovered and laid to rest, or, to put it bluntly, destroyed in a fashion that she can no longer haunt this area.
Tell me, it sounds like you know a lot. Have you tried with your hunting skills to try to battle this beast?
And he sort of looks about himself and he says, "I am not the hunter I was in my youth, and one man against a pack is not as much as I can handle. I've dealt with a few hounds that get in there, but you may have heard them. It sounds as though she can summon a score or more."
You look like you could handle a body, though. Have you ever gone trying to find a body?
I've not ventured into the bog myself. The Westcout family has dwindled one by one and in groups, and I think it's the cause of the curse. This land has it out for us. And being a neutral party, I do not think it would be quite so aggressive against you.
None of you guys are Westcott, right? I don't know where you guys come from.
Me?
Yeah, you're probably okay.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are human. Maybe you.
I'm a human. I'm
You are
different.
really.
What's with the white? What's with the face paint? I've always wanted to ask.
It's so you don't know who I am.
You're mysterious.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the way question marks curve with a little point. That's what you are. You're curvy, and I want to point.
Ooh. Well, let's put an exclamation mark on this
Oh, yes, later,
investigation.
later.
Sure. And so Lord
Well,
Westcott sort of says, the terms are agreeable. I will give you the sword and
Give
go
us
ahead.
a minute.
Of course.
So, does everybody agree to this?
the money? Yes, I agree with the money.
Okay.
What are you? Why? You are
Oh,
much. You are so intelligent. Your head is so big. What? Tell
I'm
me. What do you think?
I'm just a little concerned that I'm running out of alcohol. Stanhausen,
Uh,
you seem quick on your feet. Are you able to find me a bottle of alcohol?
sure. Hey, Mr. Westcott, you got a bottle of booze?
Yes, we have alcohol served down in the dining room. Uh, you wish some of my private stash? I could share a bit.
Yeah,
To
you
those
can.
about,
The best for my friend here.
I don't see where that would be a problem. And he takes you from the galley and opens up what's fairly obviously his study or his private room. It's got the big desk with the big leather plotter. It's got notes and such here. A couple of smaller paintings up on the wall. Nice big mantle. He walks over to the mantle and he sort of like puts his hand on it for a second, and he's sort of like looking over a choice of three crystal decanters and or three whatever those are. Takes one of those and a couple of glasses and pours them and offers them to you. It's just about yay much, but this is kind of that smoky. You're gonna cough when you drink it, but it's good. I would cough if I
Uh,
drink it. Those who are used to such things probably enjoy this stuff, but I'm like, that was a cigar, huh?
Hey, take a sip there, Perhorn. Do if you like it.
Okay. I'll drink one of the glasses.
Yeah, so
That's pretty good.
it's
Uh,
very high quality. It's very high quality, but it's that very strong, smoky, you know, style.
You want that one?
you hear in your head, we might need a couple of.
Couple, huh? Okay.
Uh,
How much is I'm gonna go back into town later. How much is one of those worth?
Uh, my private stash.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
One bottle.
I don't know that I've ever had it appraised. It was put down generations ago. It's been aging in the set, and he, gives you that like the long history of, the barrels, and we've reused those casks, and I, I think I'd
Pearhorn's
say,
gonna grab his shoulder or his elbow and start walking away with him, and like totally engrossed in what he's saying,
Mhm.
just like trying to distract him from paying attention to what's going on inside the room.
Sure, and he's he waxes braggity not braggadocio you know enjoys telling you about it was laid down, it's been aged this well, there's only so many barrels now left. I suppose if one was to be sold, it could easily fetch 100 gold for the barrel. um,
Wait, you have barrels?
that's how they're aged, and then once they've aged, you move them
But
to the bottles.
do you have the actual barrels here?
Oh, of course. So we must set down for, my descendants generations from now. It's a bleak
Of
time,
course.
but we must keep hope alive and alcohol
Yes.
brewing.
And we aim to keep your hope alive.
Yeah. We built the cellar for a reason. We're not leaving it dry. The swamp will take us before it takes our alcohols.
That's very interesting.
As they are engrossed in that story and they leave, Stanhausen lingers behind. He's going to open up the coin purse and say, "Hey, little fella, hope you're thirsty." I'll put a couple of those decanters in the bag with the toad and the coins.
Sure. Now, there were 3 crystal decanters on a mantle. If you take some away, there won't be 3 there. So this will be very obvious the next time he enters the room. Unless you have some skill set that I'm not aware of. Is there anything that would, bag of sand on the Indiana Jones boulder trap aside from just, my mantle's now empty?
Coincidence.
Oh, coincidence. It's just pure coincidence. You got it.
Oh my! You're a naughty question mark.
So as you are yoinking those things, could I also get a perception check from you?
Ooh. You got it.
A 4.
Oh.
They go clink, 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 and the toad's like, okay.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Ribbit.
Exit the room.
You exit the room. You exit the room. Click the
And
door
I'll give
shuts.
a wink to Pernhorn.
You got it. Wink accomplished.
Well, your stories are fascinating. I think we should go.
You're heading out this evening. Such diligence. Best of luck to you.
Perhaps if we follow the ghosts, we might be led to where the body is. That way, she may be put to rest.
Excellent. Good plan. And he sort of, gives you the, she sets out in this direction. It's said Lord Westcott came back from that direction, so you get a pretty good, heading. But you'll have to do some tracking as you move through. Any other preparations before you head out?
Excuse me, a beautiful, handsome man. You have obviously treks across this bog. Do you have any tips? Tips where you will do not sink in the muck?
And he
Please.
sort of gives you a quick rundown on bog safety, which is basically don't step anywhere that's not solid. You know, it reinforces things that Pico have been telling you. He lets you know that, some will set out with, rafts or other small skiffs or boats if they really need to travel treacherous areas. But, looking at how you're equipped, it'd be unlikely that you could do such a thing.
Well, I thank you. Are you lonely here? You're lonely, huh?
I have my servants and I have my hope, but yes, this has been a lonely life. I look forward to the day when this curse is ended and the Westcotts, those who remain, if they remain, can rejoin me here in the family home.
Maybe me and Stan, we come visit you sometime after, huh? Yes.
You would be welcome as heroes, and I would be honored to speak on your behalf to the citizens of the town to help you gain acceptance.
I'm more interested in what you think, but sure.
All right. And so it sounds like the party is setting off. It's about 3 a.m., so we still have a few hours before sunlight. Uh, the heading that you were going to be following was off in the same directions that the ghosts fled. Could I get a survival check from whoever will be doing their best to follow that heading and any traces that may go?
I would
15
like
is
to.
pretty good. It is not easy going. The swamp has definitely encroached on this land. You can see areas where the family graveyard is suffering. Mounds have risen up, things have gone off. You can see where entire flat areas that were once farmed are now just absolute morass, deep tilled earth now oversaturated. You get into where the trees are, you find the bogs where there's skimmed over vegetation, that sort of thing. As you continue heading in, eventually you hit a large copse of trees, a large ring of trees that kind of elevates the ground, the roots almost weaving together to form a large clearing. As you break through that clearing, you can see what looks like a large grassy field dotted with flowers. Um, but it's fairly obvious that below that surface level of moss and flowers, there's likely bog and muck beneath. Um, Kneeling in the middle of that clearing is a woman. She's got a basket and she appears to be picking flowers in the darkness.
Could I give a little sniff? Please. Please, a little sniff.
Get a little sniff. Um, would you be so kind as to read off what your sniffing detects when you get back? I
Sure.
believe you will detect her as undead, um, but I need to know if it's good or evil that also registers. Do you get an inclination as to what type of thing she might be?
Sure. One moment.
I want to ask questions, but I also don't want to ask until I know.
Sure.
Is there? I don't know.
Presence of strong evil
I don't know
registers.
if that's the right thing, but I tried to paste
Powerful
something
good.
that case
Yep,
helps.
that looks like it would be
That's
the
it, yeah.
thing. It is an undead. And that's all you would get out of it.
Spoilers in that, by the way.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is a vampire?
Strahd is a vampire.
Okay.
So yes, you would pick up undead, um, but no evil, no good. Just that is an undead lady.
Yes. She is very stinky, but I'm not sure if it's bad. It might be good. I don't know. I am intrigued.
Tell her she looks nice and you want to invigorate her.
Do you
Ah.
want me to go first?
Yeah!
Oh.
Please.
You do have the silver tongue.
It's been called many things. Silver is a first, but I will write that down too. Sure. Excuse me, ma'am. Hello.
All right.
I see you have a basket.
So as you're starting to say hello, you basically have a ring of trees. It's not an even circle, but it's a ring of trees. You've got roots that you can see for about 5 feet out from the ring of trees where they would kind of reach under to the boughs, at which point it's this grass, we'll call it, that your Pico has said that's not super solid. Are you stepping out onto the grass?
Of course not. Leggy Pico, I listen to them.
And as you sort of greet her, she looks up and over in your direction, and she looks human, and the light catches. She's pale, but red hair. The flowers that she's gathered looks pretty in the basket. Doesn't have the bitey teeth of a vodkas, but it's nice. Um, you're an unusual creature.
Well, thank you very much.
What are you doing here?
Hmm. Gazing at your beauty, of course.
I
No. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry. I like the way you speak. I apologize for even breathing the same breath that you do. I am not worthy, probably.
I appreciate the compliment, but it has been a long time since I've drawn
Hmm.
breath.
Oh, that's too. I'm okay with that.
My name is Anne
Hello, Anne. I am Kino.
Kino.
Oh,
Are you here as a servant of the Westcott?
tell me, I am a servant of love. Hmm. Tell me, are you lonely?
No,
Oh, well, good. I respect that. I'm happy. Are you in love?
no. I want nothing to do with love now.
Why? Who hurt you?
The Westcott.
What did they do?
Their family arranged a marriage between myself and Burton Westcott, an absolute beast of a man, known to
Oh,
take sport, to go out hunting, to
oh,
enjoy other women. He and
oh
his brother were the worst.
wait. First off, you weren't looking for an open relationship then, I'm hearing.
Of course not.
I respect that. You seem to know what you want.
I did once, but that was taken from me.
What do you want now?
Now I want only peace. I've spent so long here.
Hmm. What about the
Where
doggies?
her beautiful body is.
You don't, the body. Oh, it's implied. Come on. How about the doggies? Do you like the puppies?
I hated those dogs. I
You
hate them
want
even now.
peace. You want peace.
I do.
How can I, Kino Casanova, give you peace?
I wish to look into the eyes of my killer, to have him admit his wrongdoing, so that I can move on. For 100 years I have lain here while he spread lies about me and
I do
claimed.
not believe them.
Thank you. He claimed that my death was a mere accident. Yet he would not accept that the death of his brother was unintentional. That hypocrisy has fueled a rage that I cannot control.
And tell me, do the puppies come from you?
They are an ugly side of myself that I would see put down.
Well, I would love to keep you calm, but I would love even more for you to see your killer and smack him in the face. Where's your killer? We will help you.
The Lord Westcott. He was there, he set his hounds upon me, and he watched me die.
The old one, right? Yeah, not the.
There is
Yeah,
only
right?
one Lord Westcott.
It, there's. He's gonna look back.
Sure.
They're supposed to be. He's old, right? Not. I don't know. I'm
Now with the
confused.
glasses?
Yeah, the glass. He looks. He is big forehead, sweaty a bit. He likes to hunt. Is that the one?
Thick mustache.
The
As you
must.
describe him,
Oh, yeah.
she completes the description. Yes, Lord Westcott. The same
Stole,
curse that binds me here keeps him alive.
Ew.
Oh, he was stinky too. I did not smell him.
we stole his alcohol.
If
He's pretty good.
and as you sort of say that, she's sort of
It
like,
was but the first blow.
I. If that is more your inclination,
No.
He is a caca man.
I would.
He deserves to get. Yeah.
I would
How do
also
we-
wish to see his house brought to ruin, if he will not apologize.
Well,
We'll
How do
take
we-
some of the stuff before we blow it down.
I have no objection to that.
How do we get
Okay.
you there? How do we? Do we have to guide you?
I have a
do-
bag. It's a little full at the moment,
Frog's
but you're
looking up.
welcome.
Seeing the house brought to ruin would be enough. I do not need him to die, but that house must fall. The
It
bog
sounds
would
like
take
fun.
care of it in time, but it would be years still.
We would have to wait years for this bug to take it. Can we just burn it? If he is not, if
That
he
would
is,
be quicker, but I am not a
if he is
creature of
not,
fire.
if he is not around, is he not? First, question mark Stan. Do you still have feelings for this man?
What?
No. Okay.
I don't think she ever had feelings for him.
I think that was directed
the
to
point.
Stan Housen.
Yeah.
I don't know him that well. I mean, it seems like a bad deal. It's too complicated.
Oh, good.
Let's burn his house down. That sounds like I want to do that. How about you guys?
There is something we are looking for, though.
A
Right?
nice fire would
Yeah.
help with the cold.
Your arthritis.
And you can see that she's trying to keep a modicum of decency and dignity, but as you're like, let's just burn the house down, you can almost see her like nodding like, yes, I want that too, but an apology would also be good. But fire would be very nice.
Maybe let's try the apology direction first.
Huh.
And if that doesn't work, we have a plan B.
But you understand, he's a bastard. He killed this beautiful woman.
No, yeah, he's a dick, but
Yes.
Maybe parallel plans. Can we get the confession and then burn his shit down?
And she's sort of like, if he would apologize, I would not wish ruin on his house. I would
You
like to
are
think
a-
I could forgive him.
You are a lovely woman. Why would anyone want you
you have such a
What you-
forgiving soul.
dead in the first place?
The Westcotts, while I was there, threw a party. Debauchery and hedonism. I couldn't take it. I went to leave, and while I was in the kitchen preparing food so that I could leave, Michael came in, caught me preparing to flee. He grabbed me by the shoulders, and the knife I was holding found its way into him. I don't remember trying to hurt him, but the knife struck him.
You were collecting food. You were making a doggy bag.
I was
And
preparing
you
to flee,
killed
yes.
someone?
I was going to go home. It's quite a journey.
Wait,
But
why'd you kill?
he died. With as drunk as they were and as much as he loved his brother, I feared the worst, so I set out immediately. I was proven right. He set the dogs upon me.
This is an exciting tale. I might need to take a step back, everyone. It is a bit overwhelming. Nana, do you want to take? Do you want to take the lead?
I want some more medicine.
Here's got a second decanter. Here, drink this.
I mean, that is very, very, very
be
potent
fair.
alcohol.
The quest that we're about to set on upon is probably done better if you're drunk. If anyone questions us, drunk.
My lovely lady, that sounds like you. Also, though, you. How the understanding of debauchery and such, it made you kill?
No, I wished to leave. When Michael came in, I don't know. I turned, he grabbed my shoulders, and then he fell back. The knife was in him.
I've done that before. I mean, that happens.
Yeah. So we were told that if we bury your body consecrated ground, it would release you. Is that true?
Yes, that is what I hope for, but I wish to see him apologize first. I do not wish to be destroyed angry.
Oh, I understand.
I think that's a reasonable request.
I will not find my way to a good afterlife in this state.
If he doesn't want to apologize, though, we're probably gonna have to kill the guy. Is everybody cool with that?
I don't care so much about that. I just want to see a big fire.
Yeah, I don't think we had to kill him. It was either get him to apologize or burn the house down.
I mean, you guys saw the state of the place. I mean, we might as well torch it. I mean, the guy had a gardener. He didn't seem like he was doing his job. It looked like pretty bad.
Well, I am pretty good at fire, so
Yeah, stick to what you're good at.
I am always in the business of love before violence. So understand it will be tough as you did kill his brother. With no more than he just came to talk.
it sounds like
understand.
that was an accident, though.
Of course it probably was, but of course we will help. Hopefully, cooler heads will prevail. You can keep your cool, right? Ma'am?
I
Oh,
can
not
control
me,
myself,
okay.
but these hounds are uncontrollable.
You're such nice children.
Thanks, Nana.
These flowers are so pretty.
Well, how about we just go back to the house and we see what happens? We'll just kind of wing
Yeah,
it.
that sounds great. Is Nana gonna be okay?
He's good.
And with
Those
that, the
flowers are moving all around.
party
Oh.
makes its way back.
Oh god.
Nana's sort of weaving. The Westcott Manor is as it was. It's now probably getting on to dawn. The baying of the hounds has abated. The house looks every inch of the 100 years that it's been falling into decline. The boggy ground has everything tilted at weird angles. There is an effort at the garden. Douglas does what he can, but it's a losing battle. There's like one tomato left on the vine.
Is she with us?
No, she stays behind.
Okay.
And you would suspect that somewhere beneath that mossy area is where her body would be based on where you followed and where you found her. But that's a big, muddy morass that you'd have to explore to find her body.
Oh, hey, you guys. You know, he's probably asleep right now. I've always wanted to do this. What you do is he's in his bed, right? He's sleeping. Get a bag. We stuff it over his head. We tie him up and we'll drag him out there into the swamp. And we'll make him confess to the ghost. And we'll be all like intimidating and screaming at him.
Stanhouse and your bag's full already.
That's right. Anybody got another bag?
No.
It sounds like she wants more of a
Like a
an
genu- like
apology
a-
from the heart. Yes, long legs, Pico. Yes.
Well, if he thinks he's about to die, he'll probably say whatever we want him to, really.
Oh, but
But
that's
that
not
would
what.
be from the heart.
The thing is that there's. Maybe he does not realize that he will maybe pass on himself.
We could just wake him up and say, like, to break the curse, we need to bring you out into the bog.
And he has to apologize.
Yeah.
My way's more fun, but whatever you guys want to do.
That means that the manor stays put and you could just come in and get what you want.
Okay.
Here's the question. Oh, I
Okay.
see.
All right.
Does that excite you? Does that make you happy?
Very
Is that a
happy.
Yes. Oh,
Very nice.
yes.
All right.
So, Kino, do you
Go
think
on.
you can convince him to do this?
Do you want? I'm so shy. Are you sure you want me to talk? Okay. Yes.
You are-
Here we go.
You are our best talker.
Hmm.
Kino's a handsome bug.
Oh, yeah. Nana's coming around.
I forgot he was a bug.
Hmm.
Thanks for reminding me, Nana.
Knock and knock and a knock.
So
Does he say that as he knocks?
as you say that, there's a little bit of a sound, and eventually the door is opened. It's a female servant that you haven't seen before, and she kind of gives a little bit of a startle at you. And you must be Kino, the master
Yes.
said.
Do not. Did I?
You,
frighten
Martine!
You?
No, I'm Gabrielle. Martine is the cook. Uh, Please, he said to give you every comfort. What are any of you injured?
Not if you don't want to. No, huh?
And she invites you in and gets you settled down. And what can we do to help?
Well, we are here to talk too. Tell me, how long have you been here, you beautiful one? You.
She sort of like pauses and
Go on.
double checks you. And well, I've been here 5 years myself.
5 years.
Yes. Was hired
Oh,
on the
yeah.
about 5 years ago.
Good.
Lord Westcott's retired. He's gets in a nap after the night watch, and he'll be up again in a few hours. He always takes a bit of a constitutional once the sun's up. Um, he has
Ah,
a bit of a weak stomach.
all right. The sun hurts him, huh?
The sun, not that I've noticed. No, he just takes a bit of a nap, gets up, takes a walk
Got the
around,
weak,
but his
weak
his
stool. Yes,
he has
I understand.
uh, touchy digestion in the morning. He has a bit of a
Soft. Yep. It's fine. There's
no,
nothing to be ashamed of. Unfortunately.
like a
Oh,
Prunes.
no,
Prunes,
no,
dearie.
wrong. I think your other uh, he has a mild breakfast every morning. If you happen to catch him off, he may seem a little gruff. He has a, a bit of
Ugh.
he throws
yeah.
up.
I uh, he just until his stomach settles in the morning. I just wanted you not to be surprised, not to think it
Hmm.
was you.
Oh no, it's never me. Believe me, I've had both, and it's never. I do. I'm not. I am not. I do not judge whether you throw up because of me or not. That is not.
Well, but if it's important, I can go wake him.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. If you'll wait right here, and she scurries upstairs, and
Hmm.
eventually Lord Westcott will come back down, and he looks like he's just pulled on his dressing gown. He's got his crossbow with him. He's like, "Is there trouble?"
Time to
Well,
go. Come on.
Time to go.
question mark Stan.
Get dressed.
It's time to put it into this curse, my friend.
I'm at a bit of a loss.
We will catch you up. Are you comfortable tracking the bug the way you are, or do you want to put on maybe some little your pants? Uh, yeah, whatever you want, I don't mind.
I've lost many members of my family to the bog already. As I mentioned, I would prefer not to travel into it.
We will,
Why do
look
you
at
think
me.
that would help?
Oh, well, first off, do you not trust me? Do you think I will protect you?
I'm not sure. Maybe if you roll a persuasion, I'll know.
Oh, let's see. I'm gonna maybe use my little tiny little extra arms to really point at
Extra
you.
arms.
The little extra. They have little daggers, because that's what they do. Is hold daggers. Here we go.
Super
And maybe a
protective
rose
daggers.
instead. Maybe a rose. Oh, 24. Oh, it's only a
Whoa.
That's pretty good.
25.
He says, "You
Yeah.
seem capable, but I still
Yeah.
don't
Many
understand the
things.
need for it, with as capable as
Well,
you are."
um, I don't know if you know this, but my name is Kino Casanova, and I am a paladin of love.
That does not surprise me entirely.
Good. Well, if you put on your little cute PJs or little pants, we could go. And you could get some love going maybe. Some forgiveness of sorts. Are you ready to cure yourself of this evil? Are you ready to live up to what you want to do? You
And
want to be a good boy. Yeah. You want to
yes,
have you want to live your life like a good boy, man, right?
it's working. He's like, I do wish
Be a
to be
good
free
boy.
of this.
Go put on your pants.
Uh, this seems like important. I'll put on my kilt. So he goes up,
Oh,
kilts on,
that's even better, right?
comes back down.
I don't know
All
what's
right.
worse. Is Kino saying go put on your pants or this guy saying I'll go put on my kilt?
So he comes down, tartan out.
Bit of a breeze. Anyway,
Now, what is the plan here?
Well,
He's sort of following you, not quite on faith, but you know.
you're an open-minded person, yes.
It's been some years, but yes. I'm willing to do
Well,
anything. We haven't much longer before the house falls.
you don't have much longer, no. You are the last one of the pretty boys. Well, come with me, we're going to make things right.
Sure.
You, come into the bog and we will talk more.
So he follows you out to the bog. Can I get a survival check from whoever's guiding back to the place to make sure we don't have any trouble along the way? You'd
Unless
like to see
Granny
a
would like to.
you'd
I'm
like
fine
to see a
doing it.
15 or higher again.
I can find my way through here with my eyes closed.
Can you?
Maybe I should.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
naturally. Nice.
She really can.
The path may wander, but it's a smooth path that you're wandering. So you find your way back to the glade, and as you get there, Lord Westcott looks a little apprehensive. He sort of says,
Now listen to me. Look into my eyes. Do you see them? I do not have pupils, but I am looking back at you.
he sees himself like reflected 100 times back.
I see you. Do you see me?
Yes,
You trust me, yes, of course.
enough to come out
It's
here.
time to be. You are a very hard man. Time to get soft. Time to. Time to forgive. Time to say what you did was wrong. Both people extremely wrong here. Yes, huh? You know what I'm saying. I could see it in your eyes. I feel it. Feel that energy within your loins. You know it to be true.
And as you're kind of talking, you've made your way up pretty close, and Westcott's sort of like looking at you, but you see like his gaze shift a little bit past you, and his mouth just sort of like goes a bit slack-jawed, and behind him, behind you, you can hear a female voice call out, Westcott. The lady's there on her field of flowers, red hair, dress, basket. Westcott, a little bit wide-eyed, whites are showing. It's like, why have you brought me here?
The
She's
moment.
dangerous.
Not right now. She wants an apology for what you did. She thinks what you did was wrong. Obviously, she was wrong too, but you understand. It's about forgiveness here. How long have you lived
And
as a naughty, dirty boy?
he's
Time to
looking
be
at you.
good.
She killed my brother.
I
It
knew
was
it.
like an accident, though. You know, have you ever stood in the kitchen with that knife and you turn around and someone's there and you stab them?
And then you turned your dogs on her.
My dogs were trying to capture her unharmed. She fled
And
into the
did
bog.
they? But
They
did
all fell
they?
into the bog together. And
And they
as I
all.
tried to reach her,
And
rather than reach
because
out for
of
my hand,
this.
she pushed my dogs under water and then followed them down. She chose to die rather than take my hand.
This is a nice wedding.
And, no.
Oh, seems that you it seems like you want to live another 100 years in hurt and pain, huh?
I want this over.
Do you really want this over? Look at me. You really want to be a good boy and make this over within yourself, your loins and your thrust of your temple of your heart.
And as you're saying that, you can hear he's kind of like, you don't understand. And as he kind of gets that rumble in his voice as he talks, you hear another rumble, a growl coming from this spot just below the roots there. And you can see a nose kind of coming up out from under the blanket of moss. A
We don't
dog
want
is
that.
emerging very close to you.
We don't want that. No, no, no. That puppy, please. No. Come on, you need to think about this. Your spirit needs to go to rest too. Yeah.
And, as you're kind of saying that, you can hear Anne behind you saying, he's never going to apologize. He just won't admit it. And there's kind of like a kind of a panicky whine in her voice, and there's kind of a whine coming up, another dog emerging.
Calm down, please, please. You need to understand this is pain. This is not love, this is hate. We need to calm down, take a breath. I know. I understand. I have been slapped many times in the face. You do not even know how many times I have been spit on and cursed and slapped and punched.
Oh.
Many times, question marks, man. But what I am saying is that what I've found, is that love is the answer. I'm the paladin of love. That's
Yeah,
right,
so
Tex. I'm the paladin of love.
as the Paladin of Lurv spins his spiel, Pico, Stanhausen, Avocada, and Perhorn. Anything you are doing to support or other actions. You can see
Please
that the
help me.
hounds are basically lurking right below that mossy flotilla, and they're starting to emerge.
I would like to look for her final resting place.
Okay. It's definitely going to be down in the water under that thing. How deep it might be, you're not sure, but you'd have to go into the water to try and get to it, or give me some way that you can explore down there without diving in yourself.
Do I have a way to do that? I don't
don't
think
know.
so.
I have an idea, but I don't know. You'd have to tell me if it would work.
Sure. Okay. What are you thinking?
But Planty noticing the meat under the surface there might let it entangle right around there, and throw some vines down in there and tie up the mutts while they you know what I mean.
You could definitely try and entangle if you wanted to do an entangle. That would certainly slow the hounds down. Let me know if you do want to do that. Stanhausen, anything on your side?
He's gonna start to weep because he hears everything that Kino is saying. He says, I believe in you, Westcott. You're not such a bad guy. You have the power to forgive. It is within you, Yet you let us in, strangers into your home, and you can end all this. You're hurting yourself by hanging on to your hate. You just gotta forgive, and it'll all go away. You will be released. You'll be free. And he's just like, this is a deception check because Stanhausen doesn't believe in any of this shit. But
All right. So we're gonna have Kino on a persuasion, Stanhausen on a deception, Avocado is doing some entangle, Perhorn's doing a little investigation. Pico, as this is going on, is there anything you're up to?
I don't even know.
Unknown mates, you can do
Would it
it.
be possible to hold the entangling, like in case the other things don't work? Because I want to mess their things up. You know
Sure,
what I mean?
sure. Yep.
Like if it. Oh, cool.
Yep. Yeah. This is you're the fallback plan at the moment. Just to see if Pico's got anything else that's coming in.
Like, I like the idea of like maybe like of being ready to like, okay, if things kind of go bad, like maybe diving in to like look for the body because he's amphibious.
Mm-hmm.
So like he would be able to like look underneath, but he would have to like wait for like the entangle to go off to like make sure it's safe before he does that. So it's kind of more of like a kind of a, if things go bad, he's ready to kind of like dive in to scout out for the body,
Okay.
in case they need to go that route.
Okay, so let's start off with the Paladin of Lurv. Your DC is a 20 on this persuasion
Oh my
check.
gosh. Okay, so this is gonna be a little. I've gotten really good rolls, but
We are out of player rerolls and DM rerolls. There's nothing
I'm
pending at the moment.
afraid that this roll is not gonna be so good only because I've had such good rolls with persuasion. So
If you want, you can defer to Stanhausen's deception first, but you got a lot of finger wingles coming your way. And there is one player
Yay!
reroll from Tux.
I'm just kind of trying to hope that
Little
Tux is
stall.
around still.
It worked. We summoned Tux.
Tux is the goddess of love.
Goddess of Lurv. So we still have a persuasion roll to do.
Yes. All right. Here we go. Ah.
20 the
Think
goal.
about the love. Here we go.
There's just not enough Lurv in the room.
I'm gonna do a re-roll and try to make it
Reroll.
even really. Well, I'm gonna really just all my girth into this one. Here we go. Please, goddess of love.
Oh!
Double crit.
Yo!
Double crit.
It's icky. I'm not double crit, but double crit.
Double crit. So Westcott finally caves. He finally hears it. He's like, I did not mean for this to happen, but I it was still my fault. Like he accepts that and he starts to kind of like look up at Anne like for the first time and just like, I'm sorry that you died. And then he's just like, you get that's not an apology. No, I'm sorry that, and he's kind of starts working his way through that. But as he's getting there, the hounds are still emerging. Stanhausen, though, is in there with a deception. Stanhausen with the emotive nature that you have there, can you also match? A success has already been made, so we're down to a 15 needed.
There's a
15
crit.
on the deception.
It was a crit. I really believe you.
It's such a beautiful story.
Yeah, question mark boy. Come on, Stan. Oh,
Oh, he gets it in there.
Yeah.
he does. He totally gets it in there.
Stanhausen is able to reinforce and keep Anne patient enough with Westcott as he works through the not an apologies and gets down to actually doing an apology. In the meanwhile, though, the hounds do not seem to want this reconciliation to happen. So Avocado, you are called upon to cast your spell. That keeps them bound up in the moss long enough that they don't get a chance to interrupt what's happening here. Eventually, the two reconcile. Perhorn, Pico, once they have reconciled, the dogs sort of fade away to just the rot that they are, mud, muck, and straw, and you are able to dive in, investigate, bring up Anne's body. It is effectively mummified by being in an oxygenless environment down there, so once exposed to the sunlight, it almost decays instantly. Westcott himself just sort of like looks down at that happens. He's still standing there. He's like, I'm still here. And he's just sort of like snapping his fingers and checking his face like, I thought that would be the end of me too. I had no plans for this. Won't you join me back at the manor? I have a reward to give you, and my thanks. Oh, have you seen 3 of my crystal decanters? They went missing.
Come on, man. Is that what you're worried about right now?
Well, I'll have to beat the staff if I don't find them soon. So,
Beat the staff. Yeah, that'll be great.
but no. So, congratulations. You have solved the
To beat the
curse that was
staff.
infecting the Westcott. So you are returned. You are presented with the broadsword and the 50 gold each. No more is spoken of the decanters that went missing, and you are able to head off successfully. Player reroll from Dawson was not needed. Shepard Dawson already was saved, so I'm going to refund that to you there, Dawson.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the
Yeah.
reroll, but no more rolls necessary at the moment. Eventually, the toad is produced from the bag. He is absolutely shit-faced from being in there with the good whiskey the whole time. But he is able to lead you back through the mist to the vineyard, from the vineyard through the hoop to return to Sigil, where you are rewarded with your additional funds. Your choice of 150 gold to be used for an immediate purchase, or 100 gold on top of the 50 that you have. We will take care of all that in the future. As the travel's back, as things go, we'll turn it back to the party for any conclusions and conversations they'd like to have on the way. But success, well done.
Anyone feeling like they want to celebrate?
Oh, this is a good time to celebrate.
Ah,
Nana, how are
Yeah.
you doing?
Let's go dancing.
Nana's been celebrating.
Yes.
And
We're gonna
so,
celebrate. We're gonna dance real slow together, all of us. Yeah. How about you, Halfling? How are you feeling? You finally sobering up? Can I finally get you to be consensual or no?
Yeah.
there's
What happened?
Nothing.
there's
You're
Westcott
very
in his
pretty,
battle
man.
kilt, as he was marching out there with you.
We, we, we
Look at those
survived.
teeth.
Dang.
Believe I fell in love with that man. I can't believe you like that guy, Stan.
Those are some teeth.
We didn't like him that much.
All right. So thank you
I have
everybody
so many
for playing.
questions.
Yeah. More questions? You good?
Yeah. Can I talk directly to you, Casey?
Sure. Hi, I'm Casey.
Hello, Casey. I'm Kino Casanova. Have we met?
Wait a second. Nope. Kino cannot
Hey,
talk
really?
directly to Casey. That's a violation of
Trying to get some extra XP.
red card. Kino, you
What's
stay
your
over there.
voice? Anyway, what happened? How is it that he didn't go? He didn't go away.
Huh? Oh, why didn't
didn't
he go
go-
away? Because he is
Yeah.
being kept young by the curse. He is not undead. So he just gets to live out the rest of his life and possibly now take a wife and reestablish the Westcott family line. Who knows what might happen with the Westcotts, but the curse has been lifted. The bog will likely recede. But you know, his domain also happens to be within the realms of dread, so I'm sure something bad will happen to him eventually.
He deserves it, probably.
Yeah. Anne Campbell
Probably.
is of the land of de Montlieu, which is known, I believe, as the land of poisoners. So I don't think he's getting off easy. There we go. So thanks everybody for playing. The party has
Thank
been
you.
returned. We'll be wrapping up here. If you like what we've been doing, we're 20 sides to every story. If you hop in the Discord, we toss up invites for games. We'll have some more 5e open for folks to jump in the near future. We're also going to be having some free league games because I'm really liking the way their Walking Dead looks. So if you would like to be taking part in some of our Walking Dead games, hop in there. We'll be offering a couple of one-shots. I am new to that particular realm, so now's the time to get in while I still don't know what I'm doing. Really take advantage of the fact that crowbars are really good weapons, that kind of stuff. But looking forward to that. We've also got what's the next round coming up? We've got Dolmenwood this weekend. Am I
Yeah,
on?
we'll get
Saturday.
Dolmenwood on Saturday morning.
Dolmenwood on Saturday morning. So looking forward to that. And if anybody else has anything else they want to do, give us a shout. We got a lot of games going on. Thanks all.
Yes, we would love for you to join us on Discord and chat with us.
Yeah, come say
Yeah.
hi, play games, do stuff.
This is super duper fun. I'm so glad we did this.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's
awesome.
been a while for me.
Thank you for running it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely.
Casey.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
definitely.
much.
Absolutely no trouble. So I'll hit the stop streaming here. Alex, if you happen to have the raid button up, if there's anybody out there we want to toss a raid to, we can bounce
Kino
the
wanted to
text around.
dance.
Yeah, I
You know what? I
did.
mean, are we going out on a
That's
dance party?
right. It's all about the question marks.
It's
Yeah.
all in the
Question
hits.
marks.
It's all in the hits.
Only in the hip.
Gyration.
Happy place.
Got it. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.